Bend. This is the best part of the stream when I sit around and wait for at least 3 people to show up. Yeah. 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 And then it turns out that the call died.
It did not.
Okay. This is good news. What if I just didn't play this and then just did, like, Mario Picross or something? That would be the most exciting.
That would be... I wouldn't say the most exciting.
Or I could play Panel de Pon.
I don't even know what that is.
Japanese Tetris Attack.
Oh.
How dare people not already be here? Alright, whatever, I guess I'll just start. Alright, so yeah, this is a game that oh, there's that thing.
You gotta!
Yeah, I forgot about that thing. Does that thing have a name?
No.
Okay.
Squirble.
I disagree with that name greatly.
Well, that's just too bad.
It's okay, it also disagrees with me. Alright, time to float away on some balloons. So yeah, this is a game that I have not streamed or recorded or had any indication that I was playing before now, really. So we're just randomly starting, like, halfway through the game and probably not going to get very far, because I don't know how long this is going.
Is that your team?
Most of it. I have to get the other one out. And play with pickle juice. But what if I don't want to play with pickle juice?
But it's so cute.
I might play with pickle juice later.
Oh, and Pickle Juice is a girl.
I wasn't sure if that was set by the character you choose or like how that worked. That was just kind of how it happened. If I exist inside a Pafe cake, would you want Carfranklo Bensonor in virtual reality? Man, what the hell did I just read? Alright, okay, so I guess let me explain a little bit about what we're doing here, because obviously there's, like, a lot of crap that happened earlier in the playthrough that has not been seen by anybody, so, first of all, I should explain that I have a Switch now. Before, like, a month ago, I just was always borrowing Joel's, and, he eventually just kind of bought me one because I'm an asshole and will never buy my own stuff, so it was an early birthday present. And then Autumn bought me this game, because I kept saying that I wanted it but didn't want to actually pay for it because I'm an asshole and I don't pay for things, so now I have this game. And so I've been very slowly progressing through it. I have 4 badges, and this is my team. Autumn also decided the team for me. The main problem that I'm having is basically, I don't like how you have the forced experience share like in Gen 8, and so I always try really hard to keep the team at equal levels, and it's really hard to do when that's happening. I'm also very under-leveled, so I guess we're going to see how this gym goes. But, yeah, that's more or less it.
I like that Gyarados name.
Yeah, Erwinga is a good name. So I guess let me explain the names also. So this is, I mean, it's short for, like, Breathlesia, which is the type of flower, but it was a nickname used from the Pokemon fanfic that I'm reading. This is a boss from Majora's Mask. This is short for Amaterasu from Okami. Chimpus is just a constant source of amusement to all. It was the speedrunner from the Twilight Princess days with, like, Rob West and stuff. This is from Erwinga is the name of the striped worm, Get Dead Kid, from the, like, Decemberween Kids book that Strong Bad wrote over. And this one I can't nickname because it was an in-game trade, but if it had a name, it would be Baby Metal, because there's 3 of them, and they have long hair, and it's a steel type.
Baby Metal.
So.
Yes!
So I guess we'll see how this goes. I like how the last time I've done anything with you, it was the Fuchsia Gym in Crystal, and now we're doing the Fuchsia Gym in this.
Amazing. Good.
It's
Perfect.
consistency. Well, yeah, there's also pickle juice, but we don't use pickle juice. Okay, I'm glad. 69, yeah, I have been trying to catch everything, but I am very bad at catching things in this game. Okay, we have to imagine that he has the dubbed voice of oh god, what the hell is his name? It was a South Park thing. I don't remember. It was he's like, you have to look out for my spoil. Like Zuckerberg.
Kakashi.
Alright, so do we have the invisible walls? Yes, we do. Alright, let's see how badly I'm gonna get destroyed by these people. Let me,
I feel like you should be fine.
I've been losing against basically every random trainer.
Oh no. You need to catch more things then.
I refuse.
Okay.
I basically
well,
won't...
Then I can't help.
Yeah, that's the thing, is I won't catch duplicates of things, so... Let's see, what level are we dealing with here? Okay, we're about on par with it. Which means the gym leader might be a problem, but that's okay.
And I don't remember the levels being so high in this game already.
Yeah, so that's the thing, is like, I've done basically everything possible, like, after Celadon, because you have there's 2 different routes to get down to Fuchsia. I did all of that. I fought every trainer. I caught every new Pokemon. And then I got the ability to surf. I was going to kind of clear out the surfing routes, but then just kind of didn't, because that was the next thing to do, and that would be really boring for the stream. So, we'll see how it goes. But,
yeah, that was one thing that I didn't like about this game, was that, like...
You can't fight
can't
wild stuff.
Battle.
Yeah, it's really stupid. It's like, I know that, the game basically wants you to catch a bunch of duplicates, and you get experience from doing that, and then you, like, send them to the professor to get them ground up into candy, and then you use the candy for, like, EVs and stuff, but,
Yeah.
I haven't wanted to do that, because...
I got a super overpowered Ninetales because I caught so many Vulpix trying to get a shiny Vulpix, and then it started giving me Vulpix candy. That was fun.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen any of the, like, specific species candy, other than there was, like, a character that just gave me some free ones for Pikachu or something. But, so one other thing I actually want to mention about my team here, I like how I have 2 things that are poisoned, by the way. So, like I said, I didn't actually pick this team. This one was kind of just given to me as, like... It was based off of, like, things you haven't really used before or haven't used recently or whatever, and, like, trying to go for type coverage. I have this one that doesn't know Outrage yet. This one has Outrage. This one has Outrage. This one has Outrage. It's, like...
Why?
I don't know. It just kind of happened that 4 out of the 6 learned that, and it is a strong move, so it's like... I guess I'll keep it, but I don't really want to have it on all 4 of them, so I'll probably end up deleting it for something at some point. But I don't know. So you should talk about Japanese, or sorry, what is it? You should talk about open source Greg performing a denial of service attack against your school.
Well, that's certainly one way to put what's happening. So I haven't been in school for the past 3 days because on Friday, about an hour after our last classes, like, the school website just kind of stopped working, and we were all like, well, okay, we have an assignment due tonight, so that kind of sucks, but our teacher emailed us, and she's like, don't worry about late marks, because the system is down, there's nothing you can do about that. And we're like, okay. And they're like, yeah, it'll probably be down throughout the weekend. And we're like, wow, that's like a pretty big system problem. And then Sunday at like 9 p.m., we're like, so we still can't get onto the school website to do any of the stuff. We haven't heard anything from anyone. And we don't even know if we have class in the morning. And then we get an email again from our teacher that is basically saying that we have a cyber attack going on and we just have no school until Wednesday. And now it's Wednesday and we still haven't heard anything. And we're guessing there's not going to be anything tomorrow either. So
basically somebody had a project due and they didn't have enough time to finish it, so they're like, fuck it, hack the school, give myself more time.
Well, they're like fucking asking for ransom and everything too. Like they're trying to get a bunch of like information and like it's kind of not great. We've just been instructed to not even attempt to log in until we get the okay. So, yeah.
So, remember when I said I don't like how, like, I can't keep the team equally balanced? The fact that this thing is an in-game trade and is, consistently getting more experience than everything else is also a problem.
Yeah, that would be annoying.
So, it'll have to sit out for a bit. And, I don't want to go back and heal every 5 seconds, so we're gonna deal with this pink-haired motherfucker with whatever I have. Chimpus, you go. Except actually. Okay. And then there's just another pink-haired dude.
That guy has some hair.
Yeah. I'm not sure what to call that. It's like...
It's the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime main character hair.
Well, I mean, Yugi's hair
He's got,
is...
like, the Joey Wheeler hair.
Kinda. Like, the thing is, like, Yugi's hair is the most ridiculous haircut in any show that I've ever seen. But,
don't worry, guys,
like,
my hair's crazy enough for the both of us.
Let's go with Outrage, because why not? If I compare this game to Sword and Shield, which do I prefer? I mean, Sword and Shield do have more content. Like, this one, I think it's like... There's less to it, but it's more polished. Whereas that game has, like, more to do, but it probably could have used a bit more time in development. So, probably those games... I don't know. It's... I want to get back to Shield at some point. I just figured I'd finish this game before I did. I've been watching...
Still doing the DLC.
Yeah, I've been watching Joel go through the DLC. There's, like... There's stuff I would like to try. Like, the Dynamax with all the legendary stuff. Like, I'd like to participate in that. It uses rentals, so I don't have to worry about, like, actually having a good team. But I also can't really get there. I mean, I can. That's the thing, is... You can apparently just, on like a new file, you can go to the Crown Tundra, lose against Peony's level 70s, and then the game just kind of lets you continue past him anyway, and then ignore everything in the wild and go straight to the raid den place, and then just kind of do that, and get like a level 70 before the first gym. Apparently that's just...
See, that would be really cool if they, like still... like, scaled it down to where you were, so you could just start the game with, like, a team of legendaries.
Yeah, I'd be on board with that, because there are legendaries that I like and would like to use, but don't want to, like, add them to my team at the very end of the game. There's also the Ultra Beasts.
Yeah,
There's,
that's
like...
always been my problem with the legendaries. Like, they're cool, but, like, by the time you get them, you're like, well, this seems kind of OP, and I don't really want to use this.
Yeah, it's like, there's a bunch of the Ultra Beasts that I really like and wish I could use them, but it's like, well, too bad. You don't get them lower than, like, level 60, so you can't. I like this guy with 3 Haunters. This is good. I know that the disobeying only happens for trades, but, like, it's still a matter of, like... getting something overpowered early in the game and just beating everything with it would be basically just spamming A, there would be no, like, strategy involved, so it wouldn't be very fun. I like this this audience. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how's it going? You look very whelmed. All right, I'm gonna go.
Do you think these guys like know that a challenger's coming to the gym? Because you kind of just like wandered in here. Or do you think they just like chill in here for when somebody randomly decides to come challenge it?
They just live here. This is a very annoying place to navigate. This gym has more poison types than the original game. Yeah, that's right. Doesn't it have like a bunch of drowsy and stuff? I want to say like in Red and Blue, like this gym has more psychic types than the Saffron gym, and that one has more poison types than this one. It's really weird.
Oh, ouchie.
Yes.
I stood up and my hip cracked.
Sounds about right for you.
Yeah.
Have you caught any interesting diseases lately?
No.
I don't know.
No, I haven't actually gotten a cold or anything this year. Like, not even a little bit.
Well,
which is weird, because I usually get one, like, every time the seasons change.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing. I guess I haven't talked about this in any public videos yet. And, like, actually, I don't think I've talked about it in any private videos yet either, but yeah. So, a couple weeks ago, or maybe 1 week ago, I don't remember, I was supposed to go to work. It was Friday, and Joel wakes me up, which is very unusual, because he usually doesn't wake up until, like, 11 p.m. Slight exaggeration, but but no, he wakes me up and he's like, hey, we need to, like, go get tested, because Connor's his friend, he's like, so Connor is apparently really sick, and I saw him a few days ago, and so if he was sick, then I probably am, and then you probably are. And, like,
yeah.
Okay, that sounds great. So we go and do that, and then I have to tell my manager that there's a possibility that I am infected and should not go to work, so they had to scramble together, like, a way to cover for me and everything. And so I basically was off of work for, like, 2 weeks. Not because of this specifically, because it only took, like, 4 days to get my results back, but I just had a bunch of days off before that, got those 3 days off, and then got, like, another week off after, because I don't really work very many hours anymore. And during those 2 weeks, I did jack shit. But, yeah, so I was fine, but that was basically the whole story. I'm liking this accuracy on takedown. I think it's only, like, I think it's like 90. It shouldn't be that bad, but it seems to always miss, like, every battle I'm in.
Right.
Oh, okay. That was a lot of damage.
Goodness.
Also, I like how in my announcement for the Homestar stream yesterday, I mentioned that I was just like, so yeah, this is my plan for today. We hope to get through all this stuff. That's pretty much it. Also, I lost my leg yesterday, but I'll be okay. And people took that seriously. Like, I got a lot of comments that are just like, did something actually happen? I'm like, did you break your leg? I'm like, no, I'm fine. I said I'm like, I was just being fallacious, and they're like, fallacious. I'm like,
okay.
No, I wasn't saying fellatio. I was saying fallacious. They're different words.
I don't know what fellatio means, and I feel like I don't want to.
Well, I'm sure chat will let you know.
Come on, chat, don't let me down. Or do. I don't know if I actually want to know.
It was a password to get into a club in Conquer's Bad Fur Day.
Huh. Oh. Ah.
Avoided the move in time. Okay, so how does so here's the thing. In like Gen 6 you have the Pokemon and Me thing to like raise affection, and then when you do that they start like dodging moves and like surviving with 1 HP and stuff, and then they've translated that into the other games. This game doesn't have something like that, but it still seems to have the mechanics for it, and I'm not sure what's actually raising it.
I think just general friendship levels.
Possibly. Anybody left besides Tim? Yeah. I don't feel like going all the way back. I've got some potions, I think. Yeah, I bought potions.
Oh, so I started a new Tuesday game.
Okay, before you explain the new Tuesday game, I now need to know how many games you're in.
Just the Saturday game and the Tuesday game.
Okay, so the one of them just got replaced by another.
Yeah, we're taking a break from the pirate one because Grant wanted to try DMing, and we're like, yeah, sure, we're at a good like break point anyway. So he's running a game now.
Did you just have the one session of it, or?
Yeah, we just started yesterday. I am a necromancy cleric. And everybody's all like, oh yeah, we'll have a cleric, we've got healing spells. And I'm like, oh no, I don't do healing, I just do death.
You don't do healing, you just do what?
Death.
Oh, okay, good.
I mean, I have things for when they're already dead, but I don't have anything for actually healing them.
Yeah, paralysis.
So they're going to get mad at me about that. But that's fine. I don't play into cleric stereotypes.
Okay, that didn't do as much as I had hoped. Damage is just negative healing.
It's just death domain, yeah.
And yeah, okay. This Tauros has
for the race.
This Tauros has not been doing a bang up job exactly. I'm hoping to get some better moves on it. That's the thing, is like Tauros was apparently like super broken in Gen 1 because of the special stat being just one thing, so you could give it like Fire Blast and Blizzard and shit and it would actually be really good with that. Now it doesn't seem like it has that many options.
That is unfortunate.
I can give it Outrage. And I will be, but yeah. I'll give it Earthquake when I get the TM for that, but I don't think that's until Victory Road. Honestly, I don't know why you don't have a Pokemon that a ground-type move. Well, I mean, I do have the Doug Trio. It's just in like waiting right now because I didn't want it to get over-leveled.
But you're currently under-leveled.
This is true.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah. Sorry, I apparently have, like, all of Nova Scotia in my throat or something.
Hashtag COVID. Oof.
I mean, that's kind of been explained. Like, I made them all public because of the co-commentary nature of them and the fact that, like, we're no longer together. But yeah. We are still able to do things together.
Yes.
I like how, before this stream started, I'm like, I can't wait for chat today. It's going to be a bunch of political comments, some more political comments, some personal questions, probably some more political comments.
The personal questions.
I'm the one playing. We were actually hoping to continue with White today.
Yeah, I
But,
wanted to. I've been in a Pokemon mood. I was like, yeah, let's go, let's play White. And then I tried to turn my computer to make sure everything was still good, and my computer's all like, haha, what? And now it won't turn on. So, that's fun. Maybe it's jealous because I got a laptop.
maybe. It's like the email with Strong Bad's old computers, like, holding the Lappy hostage. Brown. Alright, so guess let's go ahead and grab everybody out and see. The problem is the Doug trio is still like one breath away from leveling up, and that slightly bothers me, but whatever, I'd rather have it. Suggest using Pokemon that have either a ground type or psychic type move. I never would have thought of that, but no, I...
Really? Type advantages? Whoa.
No, so the thing is, like, again, this team was not decided by me. I'm sticking with it. It's stuff that, like, I mean, I wanted to use a Tauros at some point. I've never used a Gyarados, surprisingly, for more than, like, half of a game, so I'm kind of happy to be using that. Same with Primeape. So, like, I mean, there's stuff in here that I'm interested in using. I do have ground moves. I'm just trying not to rely on them.
Mankey was always my fighting type to get through that one gym and then ditched.
That one gym.
I'm pretty sure... I'm pretty sure it's Brock, actually.
Okay, Tauros should be able to know
No.
Zen Headbutt, apparently. Let me look that up. I assume it's not a high enough level for it. I'm checking. It does not get it through level up, and it's not a TM, so no, it doesn't.
Lies.
Man, I need to go get a drink or something. I'll just go grab my frickin', like, 2-gallon bottle of apple juice. Just drink straight out of that, it'll be fine.
I was about to go ask if you wanted me to get you water.
Oh my god. Just email it to me.
I'd be like, I can go get you some water, and then my brain was all like, no, stupid, you can't.
Well, he's gone.
Never to be seen again.
What the hell is
Except for the
this?
next time we see.
Shiver with mirth.
What?
Okay. But yeah, I like how from my perspective your computer just doesn't work at all, because like it was dying during the Undertale stream and it died again today, but like apparently other than those 2 instances it's been fine.
Well, it's because every time I'm, like, doing things with you, it's like, well, I guess not. Because video games are hard on it, apparently. I've known for a while that I need more RAM, but I don't exactly know how to go about getting RAM.
Well, you don't download it, I can tell you that much.
Oh.
No, I don't know. Oh, good, protect. I don't know. There's just a meme about downloading more RAM, but you just go down to discount Flashback Warehouse and pick some up. I mean, I don't know. Don't ignore me. That was a critical. Okay.
Oof.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get some better moves. Hold on, I have the page open. What does this thing learn? It gets Thrash at 42, which is normal type Outrage. And that's it until Outrage. Okay, so yeah, basically I need TMs for this thing. Oh, well.
I do like the cutesy art style of the Let's Go games.
Yeah. You're gonna do shit for damage, but you're immune to poison at least, so. Did you remember to buy blinker fluid for your vehicle?
That would require buying a vehicle first, and I don't think I can afford both.
They completely ruined Tauros was ruined in this game. Sorry. I will stop being an asshole. Maybe. Probably not. Good, I wasn't the only one that did it. Yeah, Earthquake is Victory Road, right? I'm not sure where Rock Slide is.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Do you have to make tea? Well, shit, now I have to attempt to say words on my own. I only know a few. I could also leave and go get a drink. And then just sit in the middle of a battle here for 5 minutes. It'll be cool. Because clearly it would take me 5 minutes to go do that. Oh. I mean, Earthquake might be from Giovanni. Man, I cannot do shit against poison types with this Pokemon. Okay, bye. Rock Sled's in the mansion, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure where I rank this compared to Fire Red Leaf Green. It's like... I like some stuff it does. I don't like other stuff it does. I occasionally have proximity to Judge Dredd. I'm standing by what I just said there.
I'm alive, how's it going?
Bad. I lost 35 Pikmin in the process.
That's a lot of Pikmin.
Speaking of which, I might actually be streaming Pikmin 3 with Joel tonight.
Cool.
Because we got the Switch version. So yeah, yesterday... So let me... There's not much of a story here, so let me just preface it by that, because... Like, every time I tell a story, I think it's like, oh, I actually did something yesterday, so I should have a story. But then it's like, the story is basically just doing some errands that, like, a normal person would do on, like, a daily basis, but I never do anything. So, basically, yesterday was just, we had to go vote. We did that. And, of course, without getting into the specifics of political stuff, because fuck that, I really hate the constant barrage of "don't forget to vote" on like every website, every single person. Like, yes, we get it, we know.
Like, I get those too, and I'm like, bitch, I don't live in the States.
Like, for fuck's sake, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. If I'm not, you're not gonna change my mind. Fuck off. But like, so aside from that, we did go do it, and we go to the Civic Center, and this place is like. So, I don't know what the place normally is, but it's like a big building, and they have like these blue circles that are just like, stand here, be sure to keep your social distance, because, you know, we need reminders of that too. Like, that hasn't been drilled in our brains enough for the last year. But it's like, they have these things plastered across the floor in a ridiculous velvet rope pattern around this building. And then into the building, and in every hallway, it's a velvet rope. Like, every single room and hallway, they have it set up so that, like, we gotta make room for the 2,000 people that are gonna be waiting in line. Like, I swear to God, there was so much space for this. and there were like 3 people there. It was glorious.
Amazing.
Like we get to the end of this like freaking like ridiculously long path leading up to this thing, and we get to the actual room with like the booths and stuff, and there's seriously like 4 or 5 people. And so get that done. And we had to do laundry, so we go and dump that crap off. So like here's the thing with the laundry. I know I've complained about this in videos before, but our fucking like laundry room in this apartment is so bad. Also, good job.
I like your vendetta against the laundry.
It's so fucking bad. So we eventually, like, we finally gave in and are just like, you know what, we're never using this thing again because it doesn't fucking work. So we had to start actually going to a different laundromat, and this place is like, it's not that far away, but I'd say it's like maybe a 10-minute drive from where we live, but like we live in a pretty upscale area, and this thing is in like the middle of the ghetto. And it's yeah, there's just this sudden shift. Like you cross a street and just suddenly the like average income of the area has dropped like 50%. It's just like this place is very sketchy, but we have to do the laundry there, so we dump it off. And Joel wanted to go to a GameStop to pick up Pikmin 3 and see if there's any other stuff that we wanted to get. I've been wanting to get Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition for a long time. I'm actually not interested in the new one, but I've been wanting to get that one. And we get there, they didn't have it. The guy at the counter's like, yeah, that game is like actually really hard to come by because it wasn't very popular and didn't make that many copies. And like, I'm pretty sure you're full of shit, but okay. But yeah, so I ended up getting Splatoon 2. I haven't played that yet. Joel got Pikmin 3. We're probably going to stream that later. And so then that was basically the whole story. We did that, got some food, had to go back to the laundromat, and that was basically it. And then we played Skyward Sword and continued to bitch about that because we've been playing that.
Man, I've wanted to replay Skyward Sword again.
I couldn't remember if you'd actually played through it, because I remember once upon a time
I never
had
finished it, but I did play it.
Yeah, it's like, I remember once upon a time we had, like, or I had a list of, like, 15 games I wanted to go through with you, and I think that was one of them. We're not streaming
Same thing
Skyward
with Twilight Princess. I never actually finished that one.
I mean, if you end up having like availability and would want to go through it, I wouldn't be opposed to that. But it's a long game, so. Yeah. All right. I don't know if I want to teach anything toxic. I guess it wouldn't hurt, like, just because you have no moveset, so. Like,
toxic is another taste of your poison. Sorry.
I'm thinking here. Surf on this thing, it has no special attack to speak of, so whatever.
Oof.
And I would teach it to Raph, but I like Sleep Powder more, and I don't want to get rid of its other moves, so this is fine. Does nothing learn Drill Run? No. I've been checking TM compatibility, and yeah, there's... yeah. But yeah, so Skyward Sword's been like an experience because I've played through it myself. I watched Martin go through it when the game first came out, and then I played through it afterwards. Tried to play through it again, like on stream with Dark Minded Sith way back in the day. I never finished it, and Joel apparently played like, I want to say like 2/3 of it, so we've gotten to the part now where he hasn't seen it, and basically the entire time we've been playing it, we've just been riffing the hell out of it, because that entire game is just tedium. Like, I still maintain that it's not that bad of a game. It's probably at the bottom of the 3D Zeldas, though. I I've been saying that, like, I probably like it more than Wind Waker, but I'm kind of retracting that statement now.
Oof.
It has good ideas, but oh my god, does it meander. And I fucking hate Fee so much. She never shuts up. Like,
The batteries in your Wiimote are low, Master.
yeah.
Then change them.
No, see, we got that message like 3 nights ago, and still refused to do anything about it until they literally died. And so it was just every time you go in a new room, she would flash and have that message, and we just would not respond to it. But, anyway, I'm going over this way because I wanted to check the power plant. I figured that might be something worth doing. Yeah, I should ride on a thing. I keep forgetting that I can do this, because I like how it just disappears abruptly. That's good. Power plant has the Fire Blast TM.
I forgot you could ride on it.
It is large and fluffy.
Yeah.
And I could switch to Gyarados here, but I'm going to be surfing for all of 2 seconds, so I don't think I really need to. I'm going to stand here aggressively in my Slowpoke hoodie, and no one can stop me.
Same. I think that was the first time I said same this
Yeah, I think it might have been.
this call.
Samesies. And, okay. I'm like, there's got to be something around here. N Baseball 2621. In search of followers, primes, and views? Come on, bigfollows.com.
Right.
Did you just say "ite"?
Yeah.
Maybe you're a Pokemaniac too, huh?
We fought goblins with aggressive Jersey accents last night.
Oh, I see.
Well, Grant likes to do voices for everything, and apparently he chose gruff Jersey for the goblins.
Sure. I see nothing wrong with this.
It was funny. I enjoyed it.
Is this gonna do a stupid amount of damage? Surprisingly, no. Also, I'm now realizing if I had kept Surf, this battle would have already been over. I'm glad that I deleted it. I might actually put Surf back on. I'm probably not going to use Toxic. God damn it. Alright. Please don't miss. Okay. And we still didn't get a level up. The Toro surfing meme. Yeah, I think I know the one you're talking about. The one you've talking about. It's like the one of Blue flying on a tiny Spearow. Also, once I get done with the power plant here, I actually want to check Route 23, I think it is, because I want to verify that you, in fact, cannot get Execute until, like, super late, because I think I can reach it with only 5 badges, but maybe not.
Are you wanting an Execute on your team?
No.
Ah.
Okay, so let's see. Takedown, 90. Okay, I was thinking a double edge. So 90 power, 85 accuracy. This is 120, but you get locked into it. Fuck it, I'll take it. I need something to actually deal damage. That is a great face. Also,
I do like the slowpoke face.
this is totally unrelated, but I just remembered. So this is, like I said, this is a new Switch, so I don't have my photos from the other Switch on it. I a few weeks ago, like Steve gets released for Smash. I want to try him out. I turn on Smash for the first time in a while, go online, and it's like, congratulations, you've unlocked Elite Smash. I'm like, oh, I didn't do anything. Okay, cool. It's Joker. I don't use Joker, but he's apparently my best character.
Okay, weird.
Yeah, I don't know. And then here's just a bunch of Diglets. Where's the
Cause you gotta.
yes. Where's the where how do I zoom? How do I zoom?
Can you zoom?
I should be able to. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, and then I just thought this was interesting because it was two Pokemon that are on my team, and also that thing looks like an Oddish. But
it does. Speaking of, I kind of have a plant that looks like an Oddish. It's a spider plant that's in like a teal container.
oh yeah, was that the one that Maggie got you?
Yeah.
What's
His
it?
name is Olive.
That's right. I knew that plant had a name. I couldn't remember what it was. Well, Joel bought this Switch, but yeah, it is mine. All right, let's do a really shit job of catching something here, because I do not fucking know how to catch Pokemon in this game. It's easier in handheld mode because I don't get the motion control for the fucking Joy-Con. It's
yeah, no, I never played this game on the actual TV.
Oops.
I was like, nope. I tried it. It was bad.
Asshole, stop. Oh my god, the timing on this. Go. But yeah, I don't like how oh god. Okay, I tried to throw that to the side. It didn't want any of that. Oh, this is bad. I am throwing harshly to the left, and it's still not angling. How did that one go over it? What the fuck? I hate this so much. I might be catching stuff off screen.
This is kind of amazing. Oof.
Oh, I got it. Okay. Try pressing the button before you throw. I don't know what you mean. Don't wind up your throw while pressing the button. Oh. Really? So you want to hold it, like, vertically, then press, and then release? Okay. Well, that's the thing. It calibrates at the time you press the button, so I thought you were supposed to hold it, then lift, and then push forward again. And that the goal was, like, to end up at the same place that you held the button. Maybe not. Yeah, Pikachu wants attention, but it's not gonna get any. But anyway, what I was starting to say is I don't like how the only way to, like, grind in this game is by catching stuff, which requires Pokeballs, which takes money. They don't take very much money, but I still don't like that.
Poor neglected pickle juice.
Go pet the Slowbro every day. Oh, back in Pewter. I have no idea how to do this. It's so much better in handheld, like, holy shit.
Is Zapdos here already?
I figured it would be. And then
I can't remember if that was a post-game thing.
in the other games, it doesn't like show up later. I figured it would be here now.
Cool.
You can run the whole slew of gyms once a day. What, you can rebattle the gym leaders? Huh, I did not know that. Okay. That might be worth doing. Oh. Well, how high of a level are they? Alright, time to throw a ball at a ball for a while.
Full Torb.
It's brown.
Remember, Ash, you have to weaken the Pokemon before you catch it.
You have to go to hell before you die. Oh, good. That's all.
Oh, come on. Rude.
Mood.
I said rude.
I know, and I said mood.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. That thing went off to fricking, like, Alaska there. I don't know what that angle was.
Alaska.
But yeah, I'm trying to get a complete Pokedex in this. Other than Mew and Meltan and Melmetal. Just the first 150. So, I'm thinking... hold on. Are you gonna stop doing your thing? So I think this game is based off of Red version, which means Electabuzz should be here, so that's gonna be another awful thing for me to try to catch. Man, I am wasting so many balls. Yeah, that was me throwing to the side. It sure did. That was me throwing to the side again. It sure is going straight. How the hell do you aim this? Oh my god, please. I'm surprised it hasn't run away yet.
Come on. Yay! Oh god, the Master Trainers.
I kind of wanted to try some of those, but doing all of them sounds like a bit much. So how the hell do you catch a bunch of stuff in order to, like, actually grind and shiny chain and stuff? I can barely catch one thing.
Some things are easier to catch than others.
I also realize I'm using, like, plain Pokeballs and could be using more than that, but, eh. Okay, fine. What do you want?
What? Pikachu, you should be living for this.
Yeah, I don't know why he's, like, freaking out here. That's a face.
Aw.
That's a noise. Okay, that's all you get. It's like, I don't use the thing. I don't even need to, like, I don't know. Oh, there's trainers here now? Wait, no. What are you? Oh, okay, yeah. You are going to get experience points. It will happen. I have not played Nintendogs now.
I used to play Nintendogs.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't really know anything about it.
It was fun when I was a kid.
My name is Mabel. It rhymes with table.
It also rhymes with Grable. It also rhymes with...
Schmabel or something.
Dude, we should be writing this down. Oh, you were being advised to not fight this person, apparently.
I saved before. It'll be fine.
My, like, school group chat is currently blowing up with people stressing about tomorrow. Because we still don't know if we actually have class tomorrow or not. But, like, Thursday class doesn't start till, like, 11. So, even if we did have class and you learned about it last minute, like, oh no.
Yeah,
like, just don't sleep in past 11, you'll be fine.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like too big of a deal. Okay, you're potentially a threat. Ooh. Oh, good. Flinch, my favorite. Well, we're gonna try that again.
The worst part is that I'm actually kind of missing school, because this stuff is actually interesting.
What stuff is it?
All of the library stuff. Just school in general. I am enjoying school now a lot more than I enjoyed high school.
Yeah, I mean, I guess...
Because this is actual stuff that I care about.
Yeah, you get to take classes you care about, and... So, are you officially past the, this is a computer? Like, is that stuff all...
No. We're learning how to use Microsoft Word. You know, that program that we use for all of our assignments?
Yeah, okay,
yeah. Cool. Yeah, no. We have an entire class, like 3 classes next semester, and one is, like, Word, one is Excel, and I can't remember what the other one is. But we just have 3 of those Friday afternoons. But there's no Zoom meetings, they're all just teach yourself the shit and do the assignments. So...
You should tell the story about the, that stupid assignment that was, like, not explained properly and that nobody did.
We still haven't done it. It's due today and class is canceled.
Oh my god.
That thing has been pushed back 3 times now.
And wasn't it
because none of us know what we're doing.
Was it the one where you just had to summarize the thing in like 40 words? Or...
No, that was a different thing. I did that one already. I think we all did. But, that one was also pretty bad. It went from summarizing a 216-word paragraph into a 72-word, like, summary. And then it went from summarize 675 words into 75-word summary, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But, yeah. And then there was this is the case study, who is by the same teacher, but, like, she didn't explain to us how to do a case study. She was just like, hey, do this thing, and we're like, okay, what is this thing? And she's like, make sure you use the proper titles and headings, and we're like, great, what are those? And she's like, it's gotta be 3 whole pages, and we're like, great.
Explain the fucking assignment.
What this is? And she's like, oh yeah, and here's the scenario that you need to write it on, and it's like 2.5 paragraphs, and she's like, make sure it's 3 pages, and we're like, oh.
Oh, we're
so
actually battling
we still don't know what is going on. We've sent her multiple emails. She either doesn't reply, or it's like the vaguest answer ever. And we're like, hey, this answered literally nothing. Like, at this point, I'm pretty much convinced that she doesn't know what it is. And she just keeps randomly extending it by a week, like, every day that it's due. We're like, why? Are we even gonna ever do this?
Alright, time for me to fail catching a thing.
It was supposed to be due today, as well as a quiz that was, like, supposed to be handed in by today, and we can't access either of those things, so we're just like, alright then.
Okay, why did you go so far to the right? Or to the left? I did not do that at all. Yeah, Joel's been having some, pretty glorious issues with his class as well, but it's a bit much to get into here. Basically, just teacher not explaining anything and then acting surprised when everybody does badly on an assignment, and then
oh my god,
and then refusing to admit that it might be her fault or, like, you know, put it on a curve or anything. It's like, well, everybody in this class failed this assignment. Like, the highest grade was like a 70%. This is fine. You're all just terrible at the subject.
Oh my god, that's literally what happened with this stupid summary assignment. She didn't give us anything of what to do with it, and then the highest mark was a 58, and we're like, okay. Like, first of all, she claimed that she assigned it the weekend, like, before the weekend, which is already bullshit because we only had that class Monday and Tuesday. And then on the Monday, she assigns it, and she's like, by the way, this is due tomorrow, and we're like, oh, okay. And so we're all in a rush to get it done, and then we all fail it, because for one, she didn't explain it. Two, she assigned it the day before it was due. And then, like, the next class, she claimed that she assigned it the day before on purpose, so that we wouldn't spend a lot of time on it, and we're like, what the fuck? You can't do that!
Makes perfect sense.
And so we talked to her, like, program head, and she's like, alright, well, I'll sort this out for you. And then the next class, the same teacher was all like, okay, well, I talked to this person, and she says that we have to do, like, a reassessment or a redo, so I'll get you the information on that. And then, like, 3 weeks goes by, and all of us are like, okay, but are we doing this? And she kept saying reassessment and redo, as if they were interchangeable, which they are definitely not. So, yeah. But that's the only teacher we're having issues with. The other one is an absolute goddess. We love her. She's, like, the most understanding person ever.
Oh, that's good. I say as I burp. Wow, that was impressive. So, anything... So, I remember when the class first started, you sent me screenshots of, like, the Discord group, and there was somebody who was, like, pretending to be a robot and being really cringy. Is that still a thing?
That guy has chilled out. He's realized that none of us find him funny. He, like, sent a link to a YouTube video in the middle of class, and I clicked on it out of curiosity, and it was just a rickroll.
I was fully expecting that. Like, oh boy, it sure is 2008. But, yeah, I'm very surprised that I managed to actually, get that Electabuzz as easily as I did. With all the bitching I was doing about the other Pokemon earlier. That was pretty good. This is looking like probably another Electrode. I guess I'll fight it just for the experience, though.
But you don't get to fight it.
No, I fought the last one.
Oh.
Also, I need to see if anything learns Thunder. So I keep seeing this, like, Pikachu waggling a Joy-Con icon above the fight button. I think that's for, like, a weird support move that I've used exactly once. I feel weird using that. It's just basically the game saying, like, here, have a free, like, victory for no reason. Then, of course, is the fact that you can just add a second Joy-Con and, like, do 2-on-1 battles against stuff. That's always good. Did you ever do that?
Sorry, what?
Because, like, this game has a 2-player mode.
Oh, yeah, I did the 2-player with Grant once. But I haven't really.
Dude, throw to the right. I'm so not catching this thing. I already have one, I figured it's a static encounter, I might as well get it for the experience, but... Oh my god, please. My character could turn a little bit more and not have to... Okay, that was thrown to the right. I don't know why that went left. Wow, fuck this.
You have to keep in mind that, like, the online transition is probably difficult for the professors as well. Like, we have the one teacher I was just complaining about, she basically just reads from the textbook, and that's basically all she does. But I feel like she'd do that in, like, regular classes, too. She's just kind of a boring
Whoa, that
teacher.
thing went to the... Okay.
But our other instructor is definitely doing a lot better, and all of her classes I've had no issues with. It's just, you hear people talk about the bad stuff more than you hear people talk about the good stuff.
Yeah.
But my entire class, we have a Discord chat set up for everybody to help each other, and we've all pretty much grown closer than we probably would have if we had been in an actual classroom. So online classes aren't all bad. Well, you can't just go changing the course material. That's not how that works.
I am wasting so many Pokeballs on this. This is amazing. It's sunken cost fallacy at this point. I have to get it now because I've tried so hard. Okay, that one... No, you know what? No, okay, it's gone. How many balls did I throw against that thing? Like, that one there, I seriously threw it straight forward, and it went, like, way off to the right. I have no idea how the mechanics of this work. It's so bad. I've been trying to, like, do it very deliberately, like, hold it straight up, then hold the button, then do the motion. It's still not working. Is anybody actually good at the, like, throwing in this?
I wouldn't know. I only tried it, like, once and then went, nope, this is horrible, and only played on handheld.
Grimer, what the hell? People who play Go? I mean, isn't that touchscreen, though?
Yes. That was a good throw.
Alright, cool. So does that mean Muck is always also here? Let me, pull up Cerebi. Piece of cheese, what would it? What would it be? Piece of cheese, what would it? House.
Would it be...
Yeah, Muck's
like,
here. Crap.
would it be better if you used a controller that didn't have motion controls on it?
You can't.
Rather than... You can't?
No, the only ways you can play this are with a single Joy-Con, the Pokeball, or handheld. You can't use a Pro
That
controller
is
or anything.
horrible!
Anyway, so apparently Grimer is a 25% here, and it's actually the most common thing in the area.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see.
Oops.
Last time I talked about Pokemon Go, I called myself a trade slave, so I'm not gonna do that again.
I don't remember that. Was that?
Because I was talking about how I only have it so that Grant could like trade things from me and to me, so that he could like get his dailies. So then I'm like, I'm basically a trade slave.
I am not dealing with you.
And to say the same thing to myself every morning.
You are always so negative.
Sorry.
I mean, I'm a little bit negative too. It's okay.
Big ball.
This place looks fairly unsafe. Oh, hey, there's a bird.
There's a bird, there's a bird, there's a bird, bird.
Get set upon by an Voltorb. Alright, how's this gonna work? Probably not very well, is my guess. Because I still insist on using plain Pokeballs.
At least you can actually catch things that are a higher level than your Pokemon.
Yeah, that's good.
Pikachu, you good?
So is the Fire Blast TM supposed to be here then? Because that seems really weird.
That does seem a bit weird.
Oh, right, I'm dying. Okay. Can I get in a single hit? Probably not. This thing certainly outspeeds me, yeah.
This thing is quite higher than you.
I mean, I figured it was going to be level 50. I probably could have stood to heal before this. But yeah,
Zapdos does turn into a Chocobo.
Oh, yeah, I suppose it does. And we're dead. If I fail this, I'll probably give it like one more attempt, and then just do it off screen. I don't really want to be here all day.
That's fair.
It's like I'm obviously not using this thing, but I figured I would try to get it. Okay, does this thing actually have like good AI? I figured it was using random moves. Same as is. I don't know if I have any moves that are super
Peony is my
effective.
favorite part of the new DLC.
Oh god.
Peony is fantastic. I think I currently have like over 450 Pokeballs in my sword game. Because why not, I guess.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm, oh, I see you just put the game on. Yeah, thinking I'm probably not going to be winning this fight. Yeah, I'm convinced this thing actually has good AI and knows what super effective moves to use, because usually wild Pokemon don't, but at this point it's too much to be coincidence. If I had gone into this fully healed, then and like with all 6 of my team members, then maybe. Yeah, okay. Let's try this again. But yeah, you'll see on the these are the only controllers you can use. You have no other options.
Well done.
Stupid Pokeball controller.
That is unfortunate.
Presented by Armored Gamzees. I feel like this intro doesn't need to be quite this long. I was spamming A that whole time, and it, like, yeah.
Oof.
The biggest of oof.
Hashtag big oof.
Hashtag Cranbo. What is the Pokemon Go Plus Plus? I vaguely remember that being a thing, but I don't remember what it is.
I don't know.
Also, whatever happened to Pokemon Sleep? Is that still a thing?
What is Zarude? Zarude Sandstorm?
It's that, like, new mythical, the, like, monkey from, like, Adventures of Gumball or whatever.
I see.
Alright, let's, try this one more time. I didn't save beforehand because I don't care enough.
Must listen to Pikachu scream every time.
Yes. Joker's Fursona. In what way?
Oh.
Alright, so this... I'm immune to electric and I resist flying, but it's still probably gonna do, yeah, that's a lot of damage, okay. This, didn't go as well as I had hoped.
Let's go Psyduck? Yes. I would have played that.
Yeah, as soon as I said that, I was thinking Jontron, but, Bempfrio. You know, Bempfrio. Okay, can we actually hit it, please? Okay.
That feel when the NPC uses Rain Dance and then the Zapdos obliterates you with Thunder.
Hmm. Yeah, so Joel's experience with the legendary raids in Crown Tundra was basically, the first night we try it, get to the end, and it was Suicune, and he did actually beat it, but then didn't take it because, like, earlier in the thing he got a Blaziken with Speed Boost and was like, you know what, I want this more than the Suicune, I'm gonna take this. And then after that, could not beat a single one after like 10 attempts. Because the AI is just that shit. And
yeah.
It basically led to a rage quit, and he's like, well, I wanted to keep playing this, but the game doesn't want me to, apparently, because it's impossible, so I guess I'm just done. And then I found out that you have to specifically turn on the ability for the game to connect to the internet. It doesn't just do it automatically. And then, because like, we tried to get people to join, and it was just sitting on the loading screen for 3 minutes with nothing happening, and...
yeah. I also forget about that a lot. I'm usually not waiting too long before I remember, though.
What are we saying about the beta? Because, see, I've heard two things about the Sword Shield beta. Like, one group is saying that it had every Pokemon programmed into it, and they intentionally removed it, and it's horrible. And then the other group is saying there were only 18 things in it. And I don't know which is actually true.
The legendary raids are always on, but you can only catch one of each legendary. Like, you can't connect to the internet and randomly get, like, 17 Suicunes or whatever. I'm not sure what happens once you catch all the legendaries, though.
I think it makes it so like it turns into like an endless mode. You just keep going fighting stuff until you die.
That's kind of neat. I wouldn't say no to that.
Okay, I'm gonna use a revive here and.
I'm currently doing one with actual online people.
Yeah, those tend to go a lot better than the, okay.
Yeah, they just go slower because you have to wait for people, though.
And plus, you still get people who are brain dead and don't know type coverage at all, but, it's better than the AI constantly just spamming Helping Hand.
True. Oh, the Ultra Beasts are in there too? That's cool. I haven't found any of those yet. I caught a Raikou right before we started this.
That's cool.
I'm currently on the hunt for Azelf.
So I like this timer on this fight here. I didn't think it was going to be an issue, but it actually is coming down to the wire here. And I'm now noticing that if I had turned battle animations off, that would have actually helped. Okay, no, that's just a full team wipe. Wow.
Oh, yikes.
I cannot beat a single Zapdos, apparently.
Well, to be fair, it's 7 to 8 levels higher than you.
I'm waiting on this Joy-Con to turn on. Why is it not turning on? There we go. I had a ground type. It still died. Like, I am not the type of player to just randomly start using Pokemon that aren't on my team just because they have a type advantage. I absolutely refuse to do that. So I'll just come back later when I'm a higher level. Oh, hey, there's a Muck here. Okay, sure.
Excellent throw.
Yeah, I figured. I had a hell of a time catching Dodrio in this game. It seriously took me like 3 days. Okay, that was me throwing straight forward. Oh god, it is Dahudge. If I ever use a Muck again, I need to name it that. Oh, I hate the uneven levels so much. See, that's the problem I have with this more than anything, and that's why I'm underleveled, is because I can't stand it when my team is... Like, the way that I usually play Pokemon games is I make sure that everything's equal. Like, if anything is ever 2 or more levels above the rest of my stuff, I won't use it until the rest of my stuff catches up. And the only way to do that in this is to put it in the box. Oh, well, I need one of these too. Because you can't prevent it from getting shared experience. And when I do that, I'm basically missing out on free experience points because, like, it would be gaining them, but now it's not. And it's just... I don't know really how to fix this other than to not worry about the imbalance, but that really bothers me. Oh, good. Have I tried the Pokemon Cafe thing? No. No, I did my time with Shuffle, and I'm staying away from all of the other, like, minigame type stuff.
Everyone in the chat is, like, my school chat is just freaking out because they're like, what if this affects student loans? And I'm like, how would this affect student loans? Oh no. Oh no, why?
What is it?
There's a Ditto in the raid.
Why is this thing being a piece of shit? I know that that one strategy guide said that you should save the Master Ball for Tentacruel or Fearow, but I'm not... Okay, please.
Oh, I have 2 Master Balls
Game.
in Sword now.
Game, please. And... Oh, I thought it was about to leave.
Fucking Peony gave me
Game! Fucking work. I cannot hit the center of the circle on this one. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. This game is very frustrating. I know, we'll give the game controls that don't fucking work, then everyone will love it, because it'll be like, go. I can't, if I'm playing handheld, I can't stream it. So, I mean, how am I supposed to do that? Okay, come on. I'm waiting on this Joy-Con here. We're done.
Wonderful.
Yeah, this is pretty much my experience with this game. I waste like 20 Pokeballs against everything, reload if it doesn't go well. All that stuff. No, I'm not doing 2-player mode. Alright, let's see, what are we doing? I could play something else, but I don't really know what. I want to check on the...
I like the Magikarp that was just flopping around there.
Yeah. I bought the Magikarp from the Pokemon Center and had to keep that thing around until it evolved, so I kept that as the one like outside of the Pokeball for a long time. It was fun just having that thing flopping around everywhere.
I like riding the fluffy one. No!
It is
No.
large and occasionally brown. What's going on?
Why do you people want to switch your good Pokemon with a fucking Ditto? No! No! Oh my god.
Okay. Oh god, no, we've not been playing Smash for a long time. Like, I did that video with, like, the Kirby 64 where I was talking about that. Like, that was a long time ago. That basically got dropped, like, a week after starting. Yeah, it looks like we need 6. Okay, that's stupid. I find it weird that you have to fly using the map.
It is a bit odd.
What do I want to be doing? I really don't want to do Silphco right now. But I think that's basically what the game wants me to be doing. It's either that or just say fuck it and go to Cinnabar. I'm kind of thinking fuck it and go to Cinnabar. Alright, I need to heal.
Hello, Chansey.
It's brown. Oh, I just have a muck with me, apparently. God. See, I have every spirit at level 99, and I trained all of the 4-star ones in every fighting style. I didn't do that for anything else. Like, even that was more time spent than it needed to be spent time. Okay, I need to... see, once again, we're left with the potential problem here. Like, do I take the level 44 out of the team because it's higher than everything else, or do I just say fuck it and don't worry about it? I guess I'll just keep going. Yeah. I've been trying to do all of the spirit rematches like spiritless to get the highest score possible. It's been a very slow process. I have not bothered attempting anything above a 2-star difficulty yet. I figured I'd finish all those and then go back. Even those are pretty hard at times, so I don't know how the hell people do it. Because there are people who've done it for every single one. Also, I
just died, but I don't know from what. But I'm back.
Oh, like the call died?
Yeah.
Oh. How long have you been out?
Like, a few seconds.
Oh, okay. Are we, Yep, we're not able to get in that hit because of minimize. I'm so glad.
For some reason, the game audio is now, like, absolutely drowning you out.
You should be able to change that on your end. I need one hit. Come on. Okay. By all means, keep raising your evasion. One hit. Thank you. Let's immediately go back and heal.
Okay, I think that did it.
Oh, you fixed the audio?
Maybe.
I like how the only Pokemon on my team that can learn electric moves are the ones that absolutely should not be using them because they have no special attack. But you know what? It's type coverage. I'll use it over Toxic, and I should probably just get rid of Focus Energy. I'd never use it. In theory, I feel like it'll be helpful, but no. Okay, you now actually have some type coverage. Unfortunately, it's not going to do much damage when you use those moves, so... For a second there, I was about to ask, do you want to, like, if you wanted to stream, what you're doing in Sword, but I guess you can't.
Unfortunately. My sword adventures are not currently interesting.
Well, neither's what I'm doing. Can we ever reach level 43?
I had to spend like an hour releasing Ralts into the wild.
Oh god, yeah. So what did you think of this game overall?
of Go.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was cute, it was fun, it was nothing too complicated. It was good for what it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I feel. It has a couple little things in it that I really hate, and it's been... Oh, okay, I don't want to be spamming A. I'm used to spamming A because, looking for hidden items, but I guess there wouldn't be any in the water anyway. But yeah, the experience thing is just really kind of hampering my enjoyment of the game, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That and the catching, but the catching is not so bad when it's in handheld, so I really just, I guess, more than anything, this stream is proving I should not stream this game. Not sure how long I want to go with this, but would you be interested in doing Smash after this at some point? Well, I don't know why I said at some point.
Well, I did still have some chores to get done for today that I've been slacking on doing.
Okay.
Because I've been doing this instead. And I am apparently curling tonight.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was a thing. With the filing cabinet sink.
Yes. I don't know if I'm just watching the curling or if they expect me to actually play, but I'm bringing a book.
So what was the story with that last time then? Because I know you went there. You didn't play though, or?
No, I usually just go there and read from my textbook because it's a good place with nothing interesting happening because it's curling, so I can study.
Alright, let's see if we can manage to hit with a 70 accuracy move while paralyzed. No, we can't.
Oof.
Man,
that was a tall order.
This Tauros is not really doing that well. It needs some good physical moves. Okay, yeah, I figured that was probably not going to be a KO. You tried. So how long did you want to keep going, then?
Whenever you're done with this, I guess.
That is basically up to you at this point, because I'm already kind of fed up with things as they are, like...
Oh. Well, if you want to switch it up and do something else, or we can just call it good.
I don't know, it's like, I feel bad because I don't really stream that often anymore, and whenever I do, I always just get irritated and stop. But yeah, I mean, it's just traveling through the ocean, not exactly going to be the most exciting thing. It's either this or Silphco, and neither of them really seem like that great of a experience.
Oh, Silphco.
Yay, psychic moves.
This was our backup!
Yeah, this was the backup plan, because the first plan didn't work, so... Yeah, I mean, there's stuff I should be playing, I just... Lately, it's been really hard for me to get into the mood to do streams. I don't know if it's... I mean, I know it's me, but it's like, other than that, it's like, I don't know specifically what the cause is, if it's just that I'm just generally in a bad mood, or what it is. I always get worried that basically, because that's the thing, it's stuff like this where I do a stream, I think it's gonna go okay, and then I get annoyed with it, and I feel like it's basically dragging the whole thing down, and then I'm like, well, that one didn't go well, so whatever I do the next time isn't gonna go well, so I just don't do it.
Well, I don't think this one is particularly going bad. The controls are just frustrating.
Dude, wake up.
Not allowed.
Okay. Why are the Homestar streams a bad idea? I did want to keep going with
The
those.
Tauros is kind of just proving that he's not good. Was it you that was having trouble with the Tauros before? I remember somebody having issues with the Tauros not being good.
Well, I've never used one before this. Yeah, I don't know. I think I hold myself to higher standards than I should. Whenever anything starts not being perfect, I start freaking out that I'm like that nobody's gonna want to watch me and stuff. And I have the problem where if I get like 9 good comments and 1 bad one, all I can do is focus on the bad one, and it just kind of ruins everything for me.
Oh no, that sounds like me.
Some point I need to get back to Crystal. I've just been putting that game off so much. I don't know how I feel about that playthrough, because it's like I feel like I should finish it, but it's just kind of a chore.
Yeah.
I don't like abandoning projects, especially if they've been ongoing for that long. Alright, you're going in the front because you need the experience.
Seal!
I mean, BA3 hasn't been worked on in almost a year. Like, the thing with that is I mean, I've said what I needed to about that game. I'll get back to it when I want to. I'm not really worried about it at the moment. It's just, I don't know. That's the other thing. I always feel guilty for like dropping stuff, and then people bring it up, and I don't know what to do about it.
I'd say just do things at your own pace and don't care about what other people want you to do.
I mean, I liked the idea of doing the Gen 3 full dex thing, but yeah, I've been having a rough patch with Pokemon lately. Gen 7 just kind of soured it for me a little bit, and 8 was worse, and I keep wanting to kind of get back into the series, and every time I do, it just frustrates me. So, like, the main thing I've been doing lately is, didn't know there's a person over here. Like, me and Autumn have been working on a Heart Gold ROM hack, and we were having fun coming up with stuff for that for a while, and then it kind of fell on the back burner for a while. Got back into it like a week ago. And it's something I do want to continue with, and, like, I want to play through the thing once it's finished, but, there's going to be a few things that are hard to get past with it. Can you take this hit? Yeah.
Ow.
What did you do?
Moved slightly and cracked. You know, the usual.
Yes. I sure do love having to go back to a Pokemon Center every 5 seconds.
Right.
Now, I feel like this game just needed options. The option to turn off the automatic experience share, the option to have, like, Go-style catching versus traditional stuff. Like, that's the thing, though. If they made this if they made this like a traditional Pokemon game with normal wild battles and all that, it would probably... It wouldn't have anything to stand out, and it would be very plain, and not anybody would really like it. I think, like, the one thing it has going for it is that it does have some unique mechanics. It's just that I happen to find those kind of annoying.
I definitely didn't like the catching. I'm fine with the shared experience. It's, like, annoying, but I learned how to deal with it. But the catching was bad.
I actually don't even mind the
'Cause
catching.
I was excited to have a Pokemon game that I could play on the TV and have it be like a regular Pokemon game, and then I couldn't because the catching was so bad.
Yeah, it's like it's okay in handheld. It's still not great, but it's okay. With the Joy-Con,
The chaining was cool. I did like how they added that with like the more of the thing you catch, the more experience you get from it. That was like interesting.
I've not even attempted to figure out how any of that stuff works because I don't really catch anything more than just the one. So is it does it just keep track of how many you've caught and it always increases, or does it have to be in a row?
I think in a row.
Okay, what would the demake of this be like? I'm not sure how that would be different from Fire Red Leaf Green, unless it literally just changes the starters and like some of the NPC stuff. I just like how I'm surfing around on this giant sea monster and nobody really seems to mind.
I mean, Gyarados seems like a pretty common Pokemon.
Yeah, this game's story is a little weird. It's basically just like, what if Red and Blue went through their adventure like 5 years ago, and it's still the Team Rocket takeover stuff in this game, but it's with different main characters. That's basically it.
Huh. Did you have a rival in this game?
Huh?
Do you have a rival in this game? I can't remember.
Yeah, you do. I named him Himholtz, and it's a very stupid name. And the the reasoning behind that name is I don't know. It's because Datai did a stream of this, and he named the rival Himholtz in that, and it was named that because of a recommendation from a chat member, and from what I understand, that chat member also didn't know why it was named that, so it just... It's a sequence of people not knowing why it's named that. But it's a good name. Wah wah. But yeah, I wouldn't mind attempting to do another gym this stream, but like I can't really. Pokemon Mansion would take a while, and Silphco would definitely take a while, so I'm kind of thinking of just sort of ending it.
You could do the Silphco stuff.
I really hate Silphco.
Okay.
I mean, I guess, like, I'm gonna have to do it on my own anyway, so maybe.
Might as well do it with people who can distract you from the awfulness.
You didn't want to do Smash, right?
No. Actually, I don't even think I have my Smash. I think Grant still has it.
Okay.
He borrows it every once in a while. And I'm like, why don't you just get your own copy?
Because that's the money cost variety. The same reason why I keep mooching off people to get stuff for me.
Well, and Caitlin bought herself her own Switch, and Maggie also wants to buy a Switch, and I'm like, you guys don't need 3 Switches in one house.
Okay, so now that I've randomly fought a bunch of swimmers, let's, not, and just kind of wander off. Because if I keep going this way, I'm going to have to deal with Seafoam, and I probably won't be able to... I mean, Articuno would probably be easier to catch than Zapdos, let's be honest. Yeah, you know what? No, let's just keep going. Because my initial thinking was I don't want to do it because I know I'm not going to catch Articuno, but no, it's Articuno unfortunately sucks. I like it, it's my favorite of the trio, but it does suck. So I will probably be able to beat it, and maybe not catch it, but we can hope.
Meanwhile, I run into Articuno in the Crown Tundra, throw 1 Pokeball at it at the beginning of the battle without doing anything to it, and it immediately gets caught. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay, was that supposed to happen, or did I just get super lucky?
I told Joel about that, and I'm like, when we get to the bird trio, we should try that to see if it works. I want to say it did work for one of them, but not the other 2. So it was probably just luck.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think Moltres is the worst of the 3.
Ugh.
But yeah, with the Heart Gold ROM hack, the thing we've been working on currently is just going down the list of every Pokemon and adjusting their stats. It sounds like an extremely tedious time, and yet it somehow has managed to actually be kind of entertaining. And it's basically just turned into buff absolutely everything, which is interesting because you'd think that would mean if everything is getting buffed, then it's not going to make a difference because it's just going to be a straight increase. But basically, it's more or less just trying to close the gap between the the stuff that's completely garbage and the stuff that's actually good. So, like, the ones that already have high stats, like, will either not touch or will barely touch. And then some stuff has been getting, like, a base stat increase of, like, 150. It's, like, kind of insane.
Oh my.
So, yeah. We actually did buff the legendaries, too. Because I think it's weird that, stuff like Dragonite and Tyranitar is 600, and so are the legendary trios, so we're like, the birds can stand to be like 640. And so, get to the birds, looking over what to do with these, and I think we managed to make them fairly scary. I don't remember. I don't remember what we did with their stats. I know that we gave the bird trios different abilities. They have the weather ones, so snow warning, drizzle, and drought on them.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a few Pokemon in there that have very weird changes to them, such as Unknown with actual stats, with Trace as its ability, and it also learns Sketch.
Oh, that's cool.
Also, Sableye with Bad Dreams. It does not currently know any sleep moves, but we will make sure it gets Hypnosis. I'm trying to think what other... Oh yeah, I like what we had to do with Delibird, because, like...
Oh no.
It has some of the worst stats in the game, and it has no moveset. So it's like, our goal was basically just to make it mediocre. In order to get it even that high, I think it was seriously like 150 like stat increase or something, and like I want to say its abilities are still pretty unremarkable. So it basically it becomes almost usable, but compared to everything else, it's still complete shit. So,
Poor Delibird.
but it's like there's a certain point where it's like, okay, we don't want to give this thing like a 200 point buff and like give it like broken abilities just to make it slightly usable. There's kind of a line that has to be drawn. Let me look what we did with Let me check Ledian, hold on. Where is it? Okay, Ledian is still bug and flying. It has Iron Fist and Early Bird, and we buffed its attack stat to 85, so it has a 440 total. So it's still 110 SPDF, 85 speed, 85 attack, and its other stats suck.
I like the word SPDF.
Yeah. Alright, so let me just make sure that this is the only thing to do. Yeah, that's the only way I can go. Okay. Yeah, no, the plan with Unknown is just to give it Hidden Power and Sketch, and that's it. And I'm not sure how...
do anything too crazy.
I'm not sure how many times it should learn Sketch. I don't want it to really be like Sneasel or Smeargle and give it Sketch 10 times, so maybe just like 3. Okay. Who are you and why are you here? I mean, Smeargle's different. We gave Smeargle Technician and Adaptability, I think. and it has a different stat spread. It's faster, but has lower attack stats, and it has like the ability to learn more sketches than Unknown does. Unknown has like shit speed, and yeah. I don't see what's lame about it. I mean, we could have just left Unknown alone and said fuck it. We did give it a chance. We gave it better stats, a better ability, and an actual moveset. Well, hold on. What's Power Trick? Is that the one that swaps your attack stats with your defense stats? Because that wouldn't do it any good. Yeah, we gave it 104 attack and special attack, and its other stats are still 48, which is what they were before. So, like, yeah, you don't want to be using Power Trick on that. No. So are you just kind of cleaning stuff while I'm playing this, or what are you doing?
I'm trying to very quietly do the dishes.
No, I get what you're saying. I'm just, again, it has sketch. So, like, it can learn those moves if it wants to. But I kind of wanted it to be more of a glass cannon. I think that would be more interesting.
Oh my god, we still have Halloween candy?
Seal, are you going to be a problem? That was good timing right there. Oh. I mean, we didn't decide on the 3 sketch thing for certain, but again, it's just like it doesn't need to. Sketch can be any move, so it doesn't need to be like extensive beyond that. I guess I don't really see the problem. Like, you don't want this thing to be that good. If you give sketch to something with good stats, it's going to be broken. There has to be some balance. Why are the boulders in this game just random pillars? It seems odd.
That's a good question.
Like... Okay, what? Okay, let me explain what just happened there. So I pushed it once, and then was continuing to push up against it, and it wasn't moving. And I'm like, what, do I have to use strength every single time I move it? And in the effort to try to push it, I slid around it and fell in the hole. It was good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Jinx. Yeah.
Your favorite?
It's one of my favorites. Except I'm
Every
not...
time I see a Jinx, I think of you.
Well, I am one of the very few people who actually likes it. There's nothing wrong with Jinx.
That's what you think.
It is what I think. That's why I said it. This, hearing this bit crushed cry over and over is kind of not great, though. Was that water draining? That was a good noise.
Oh. Fantastic.
It's not hideous. There's nothing wrong with it.
I do need to run the water, so I'll mute while I do that.
Okay. Oh my god, why did that one go so far away? I am very inconsistent with my catching on this. There's some stuff that I've just gotten no problem at all, and then some of these are like, nope, just not happening. I kind of actually still like the Black Jinx, but it's like, I understand why it's a problem. The thing is, I think of it as more of a, like, kind of like eyes in a mouth floating in a void, the way that Shelter is, instead of, like, it actually literally having black skin. That's probably more what they were going for with that, but yeah, it's like, no, people are not going to be happy with that design.
People can't have black skin, you know, that's racist.
Well, yeah. You know what else is racist? Google.com. Why is there a blackface Pepe emote? Oh, well, let's give it another shot. Alright. Now we're gonna get this, and it's not gonna be a problem. Okay, maybe it's gonna be a little bit of a problem, because I can't aim for shit. I need to find a way to get more of these, raspberries. I think they just spawn infinitely on Cycling Path.
Oh.
Okay, this one's being a bit of a fighter. And it's gone. And I have to keep resetting because I have a limited number of these berries, and yeah.
Ow.
Also, I like how it always takes like 5 minutes for this, other Joy-Con to turn on. The joys of having to turn on another controller to turn off the game.
That is kind of annoying.
Oh, Martin's here apparently. And yeah, I could afford to drop an Ultra Ball on it, but everything has to be plain Pokeballs, or otherwise it's cheating, damn it.
Ow. Sorry.
Stop.
Yes, why use the resources that the game gives you?
Yes. Gotta stop dropping wooden blocks on your head.
I can't.
Alright, can I get back up so I can try to push that block again and not... What are you? Oh, you're a Slowpoke. Oh, here we go. Jinx number 5. It's only number 3. But... Yeah, singing song, yeah, song, yeah, song. Okay, let's just... This one's not glowing red, so it might be easier to catch. There we go. We used a Silver Berry, excellent throw, we're totally gonna get this. It's not gonna break out and be an asshole. Hey, what do you know?
Woo!
Now time to name it
Quote
some...
unquote, quiet kitchen cleaning is done.
Yes. Time to give it a very racist nickname and throw out everything that I said previously about it.
Oh no.
No, I'm not going to actually do that. But yeah, as for why it has spikes coming out of the side of it, I don't really know.
Oh, it does.
I
looked close enough at Jinx.
I like the theory that Bogleach had that Jinx is like a sea siren that's also kind of like a weird mollusk thing that sticks to rocks out in the ocean and is like it's like a slug. I kind of like that thought. Oh, this is just this is Nicole. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't put it in the title. Alright, what are we doing? Oh yeah, I can push this block with my face again. Alright, are you going to actually move more than one block this time? Do I seriously have to activate that every time? Okay, you just press A. That's good. I was worried it was going to make me do that animation every time I wanted to push it. Still weird that you actually press a button instead of just rub against it, but that's fine.
I mean, I kind of prefer that.
So it's not accidental, yeah.
Yeah.
Why are all these people here?
None of them are wearing proper gear.
Piece of cheese, piece of cheese. Alright, well those will come into play at some point, I'm sure. Yeah, oh god, okay, so I have to mention this. So, like, throughout the game, you occasionally get, like, outfits from people, and you can change them with the thing in here, and, there was a character who gives you what's supposed to be, like, a formal set of clothes, and I'm like, okay, up to this point, everything that I've worn has had shorts as the only option, and I'm like, so now that we have the formal option, are we getting, like, actual long pants or, like, a dress or something? No, it's formal shorts. Which is just, it's a quote straight from Futurama. Kif, have the boy lay out my formal shorts. The boy, sir? You lay out my formal shorts.
I do like the formal shorts.
Why pickle juice? I don't know, because Pikachu is pickle juice. What would it be like if there was a seal floating in the air? Ah.
I may have taken the entire bowl of Halloween candy downstairs.
How dare you?
Oh my god! This one had 3 starbursts in it, but one of them is cut in half.
What?
You know those packs is like 2 starbursts? There's 3 of them, but one of them is like cut in half.
Okay then. It's a rare error. You should sell it for millions.
Well, no, I'm gonna eat it.
So the catching in this is, like, you have to aim for the center of the circle, and, like, the smaller the circle it is, the better. So, like, you want to try and throw... You want to time it and aim it so that, like, you hit when it's very small and, like, hit right in the middle, and it's really hard to do that. Like... But as for how the motion controls work, I have no fucking idea. The answer is they don't work.
I sent you a picture of the starbursts.
Basically. Yeah. One of that... Is it...
Just cut in half!
What the fuck? Okay. Yas. Oh, is this going to be an evolution trainer, or is that just, That's the thing, is, like, whenever I see one of them, I'm like, well, the other 2 are certain to follow. But,
It's like the fucking monkeys.
God. Show the stream. There's not really much to show, honestly. I'd have to download the image, and it would take too much effort. Alright. I'm probably going to lose this fight. No, you know what? Screw this. Let's go for the unnamed Doug trio that is unofficially named Baby Metal. The original idea was to name it Limousine, but I had a lack of gender balance on the team, so I went for a female and then found out I couldn't name it anyway. So, which is really stupid. You can rename traded stuff in Sword and Shield, but not in this game. Yep, it's an evolution trainer. If you haven't watched all, like, 40 plus hours of the Homestar streams, then I don't know what I have to say to you. Something about root beer, probably.
I haven't watched any of them.
Immediately fall silent. No, I don't know. Alright, so is this going to be giving me an Ice Beam TM or something actually cool? Because that would be nice to have. You know what? Again, this is every time. Every time I have the, like, okay, do I want to switch to something with the type advantage or something that needs the experience? And then it just leads to situations like this, where it's like I'm using the same Pokemon against everything because it's perpetually behind. And it's like, as I try to get it to catch up, everything else is also getting experience, so it's like, eh.
I should not have taken this candy down here.
You've eaten 2 whole pieces of candy so far. What will you do?
So many more than that.
Oh, it wasn't a TM at all. It was rare candies that I probably won't use. No, I might. Actually, yeah, the game is kind of handing those out. I don't need to use them now, but I'll probably... Also, I've got all these, like, EV things. I should use those. Voltorb candy, go. I don't know.
I like the random 2 Voltorb candy.
Yeah, they were just kind of laying around in the power plant for some reason. Okay, I don't want to go through and, like, actually think about who needs what stat points right now. I'll do that later. So. I'm so used to hoarding rare candies and just never using them at all that I should probably use them in this playthrough. Alright. I've always hated Seafoam, but not running into random encounters every 2 steps is making it more tolerable, so this might not actually be so bad. I guess I'll just follow this all the way down. Oh, hi.
Oh my.
I like when stuff just spawns right in front of me like that. Jinx is oddly common in here. And yet, I think the only game that it's ever actually been in here is Japanese Blue. Unless it was in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, it might have been. Yeah, I mean, this place is nice looking. It's definitely a step up from Well, I guess in Gen 3 it also had the, like, ice textures to it, but yeah, it's... This game isn't bad looking. For as much crap as they give Sword and Shield for looking like a PS2 game or whatever, like... This one, I mean, it's nothing to write home about, but it's pretty good. Are there any Pokemon games I have never played? Main series or spin-off? Because there's plenty of spin-offs I've never played. Main series, I guess at this point I've played all of them because this was the one I skipped over. I've never finished well, obviously this one, Sword Shield, or Ultra Sun Moon, because I just never bothered completing that game. I feel like there should be more items around, and there's just kind of not. Intellectual.
Is there numbers, or is numbers also?
I see the comment you're referring to, but I think you cut out there. But no, it's Pokemon Intellectual Training Drill, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl Letters and Numbers Intelligence game. That is the full name. Being a Fune. I have not played Conquest. Martin did buy that when it came out, and I think it was played for all of, like, maybe 2 hours. It's too much of a, bakery. I don't know where I was going with that. I haven't actually seen the gameplay of it, but I assume it's kind of like Fire Emblem-y, so probably not really my cup of tea. Or cup of hot Jones, if you will. Let me just shove this block into this walrus here. So I forget what this actually does. I love that. I fall down into the water, and Pikachu's like, I'll save you, and does an animation, and then I'm suddenly riding a Gyarados.
He clearly let Gyarados out of his Pokeball.
Alright, well, a bird exists somewhere, so let's see if we can deal with this. My team is not as aggressively weak to this type as I was with Zapdos, at least. That's something. Plus, I think it just has Peck instead of Drill Peck, so that's an improvement. Ugh, stop. Stop. Yeah, individual potions, yeah.
Potion.
Potoin. I like the pewter crunchies. Schenectady Crispies are so freaking good, they taste twice. Okay, I probably didn't need to do any of that, because honestly, one solid Flare Blitz on this thing is probably going to take out like half of its health, so... Let's see how it goes. Although, as I learned by tweaking the stats the other day, Articuno actually has pretty good defenses. The problem is, it's on an Ice type.
Pikachu continues to scream.
Shit, I did save before this, right? I actually don't remember.
I don't know.
I hope I did. Because if I fail to catch it, I'm going to reset, and then I'm probably going to lose a bunch of progress. I didn't? Oh, God. I did. I'm getting
Oh,
mixed
no.
answers here.
Well, it will still be there if you... Like, it'll come back if you don't catch it, right?
I'm not sure. Later games always let you respawn the legendaries, but I'm not sure exactly how that works. Well, we're gonna reset if I fail to get it, so we'll find out.
I mean, can't you just check your save file before you reset to see where the last place you saved was?
It's fine. I mean, I saved like multiple times within Seafoam anyway. I'm not gonna be losing that much progress anyway.
Fair enough.
And yep,
This
I
is a
fucked.
remake
I was
for
just
me.
about to say we're gonna get frozen from this move, and it happened. You son of a bitch. Okay, let me go ahead and use a revive, I guess. Is it a 1 out of 4 chance with Ice Beam? I thought it was 1 out of 10. I like Articuno's cry because it's just like it's like two notes that make it sound like kind of elegant, and then it's just like an 8-bit fart. It's just it's like I don't know what they're going for with that. Okay, this thing has 1 HP. Can we please?
Oh no, my phone is so much close to death.
So much close to death. I liked that 1 HP. That was
Fuck,
good.
do you mean make sure the charger is properly connected? It obviously is if it's charging my phone.
Yep, here we go. Yay, I hit it just barely. This is so not gonna go well. Ah. I'm not sure how hard the legendaries are to catch in this.
Turns out you did save.
Yeah, apparently. Okay, there we go. That was a really shit throw, too. So I don't know if that was just lucky or if the gold raspberry really just helps it that much. But okay.
Could be both.
I would love to add this to the team, but no, I'm sticking with the team that was given to me. Because I also wanted to use a Wigglytuff or a Clefable in this run, but I was not given that option. That's the joy of just having someone else pick a team for you. You get some cool stuff and some stuff that's a little eh. Keep needing to remember to not press A. Also, I need to save. He shouldn't.
The Taurus is
They
not
reduced
very
it.
good.
It'll get better when I can give it Earthquake and Rock Slide. Brr. Brr. And Before the Shelter is more of a threat than the Articuno. Or, not threat, but more of a challenge at least. Yeah, no Zen Headbutt is a little bit sad, but it'll exist. That's about all I can say. It'll exist. Also, can we appreciate how stupid of a name for an attack Zen Headbutt is?
I like Zen Headbutt.
It's like, okay, we gotta come up with a physical psychic move. What are we gonna do? We got Psycho Cut. How about something with a headbutt? What are we gonna call that one? Beefages. That's the name of the attack, Beefages. The Adventures of Bayou Billy. You better have saved the receipt. Leafage. I forgot about Leafage.
I do like Leafage.
Like, what the hell does that even mean? The physical counterpart to...
It'd be like Psychic.
No, it'll be Physic. It's like... yeah, just have Psychic and then have Physic. Okay, so I do need to do that.
Psycho Bash sounds like Psychopath.
There was also Psychic Fangs, which was the...
Oh, that's probably what you were going for. I'm dumb.
Hmm?
Nothing.
But yeah, I like the move Psycho Fangs. It's a stupid move. It's oh, there's Ice Beam. That was Bruxish's. Bruxish's. That's a hard word to say. Signature move, I think.
I forgot that move actually existed.
Hey, look! The only things that can learn Ice Beam are the ones that are physical attackers. Again.
Yay. I like that the Primate can.
Can learn Thunder? Oh, yeah. Alright. Oh, is that the clip of my, like, Hero's Path from Breath of the Wild?
Remember when we tried to stream Breath of the Wild?
I mean, it was okay. It went about as well as this stream did, where it started out okay, and then I started doubting myself, and that kind of ruined it. And then you...
I died so many times in Breath of the Wild.
And then you made a joke about how I'm not a real gamer because I said video game, and then it was taken out of context.
Alright. I got real mad and clipped that one specific part. I'm like, why?
I am
You're a real gamer doesn't say the word video game.
The Breath of the Wild stream was over a year ago. That's another one of those games that I keep telling myself maybe one day I'll get back to it, but I just... I don't know. I have to drastically change my mindset in order to play that game, because I cannot approach it as a completionist. It's just going to make it a miserable experience if I do. Like, I wouldn't...
Oh god.
I wouldn't mind
The
necessarily...
dark type move, baddie bad.
I wouldn't mind playing through the game any percent and then going back and getting everything, maybe, but it's hard for me to turn that part of my, like...
Your partner Eevee learns baddie bad.
I'll just pretend I finished that sentence, because I pretty much got across everything I needed to. Okay, I think I've been over here already. I'm just making sure. Yeah, I definitely have. Yeah, there's Batty Bad, Splishy Splash, Zappy Zap, Fucky Fuck, Penafrio. Nuts and Bolts is pretty much just done. I don't really think I'm going to get back to that. I'm not a big fan of Breath of the Wild. That's the thing. It's hard for me to even look at it as a Zelda game. It's so different. And I don't do well with open world. For me to enjoy games, I usually need a little bit more of a linear path. Like, I'm fine with having... I think the style that they did with, like, Ocarina and Twilight Princess is best, where it's like, you pretty much have to go in a particular order, but it's like, you have the freedom to explore other areas and, like, find other stuff in the meantime, but you're still more or less kind of locked into a certain route. Whereas Breath of the Wild, it's just here, you can go literally anywhere, and if you lift enough rocks, you'll eventually find stuff. Was not expecting a trainer outside of this cave. Alright, is this going to actually do at least half of your HP? Nope. The power of that special attack stat. Yeah, we need to get you a moveset.
That is rough.
Like, I am doing a decent amount of damage with Thrash, but it's Thrash. I mean, I don't think you need to use a guide for Breath of the Wild. Like, you can figure out what to do pretty easily enough. It gives you waypoints and objectives and stuff. It's just a matter of, like, okay, do I want to go there and do this, or do I want to spend 50 hours searching around randomly for Korok seeds and shrines? It's like, I don't really want to do that, but it'd help if I did.
I really liked exploring in that game. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I wish I did. That's the problem. It's like, it seems like something that I would have a fun time messing around with if I actually could bring myself to play it. It's just, I don't know. Oh, yeah, I probably should replace Surf with Ice Beam, because it's better type coverage and slightly stronger. Is that Body Slam? I didn't even see what it just attacked with. Oh, come on, how did that... So I'm playing this on a relatively small screen, and to me that thing looks like it's dead. I don't see any HP left on that bar. Okay, what's the clip that was posted?
It's what we were literally talking about before this stream started.
Was it the weird sentence with Coach? Like,
nobody needs to know that I tell them into the couch what? And then Valum T-Way.
I love Valum T-Way. No, Primeape does
In
not
my
have
defense,
a
I was very high on cold meds in that game.
Yes. Okay, I need to heal. And I don't want to use revives and a bunch of potions, so if I can get to Cinnabar without fighting a bunch of trainers, that would be great.
I think it's in Poke Park where like Primate is teaching you Iron Tail, and he's like, I don't have a tail to use Iron Tail with. You know what that means.
No, I don't know what it means. And I don't think I want to. No, I know there's trainers, I just have to try and dodge them. I'll do this. Magikarp, no. Okay, that was much less of an ordeal than I thought it would be. I like this very triumphant music for this island that has, like, 3 buildings.
Tractor.
What would it be, Brown? What's going to be blown up in 2 years? Oh, Cinnabar Island, yeah. Alright, here's a move that you can't really do well with, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. No, screw you. I like the idea that the gym is locked and the only key that exists to open it is just kind of hidden in this, like, destroyed mansion. And the gym leader is just fine with this. He's like, you know what? This is... Actually, no. Did they... Are the people in the gym able to get in and out, or are they just locked in there?
That's a good question.
Mama. Oh, sorry. Ma.
Mama.
But can we get missing now in this game?
I want to say probably not.
Yeah, how's it going? Alright. The divide between levels is growing greater. I need to try and deal with that. What's cool and happening? Trading Pokemon. No. No, you die now. Hey, he actually has a trait evolution. It's almost like the dialogue was related to his team in some way. This is not the best matchup I've ever seen. You don't need the experience, though.
I wonder if he'll have a Gengar.
Ginger. Possibly. Golem and Gengar were available in in-game trades on Cinnabar Island in Japanese Blue version. I like how I know this.
Unlike that bitch who gives you a Haunter with an Everstone.
God. Alright, so what do we go for? Iron Tail, which is super effective and using my better attack stat, but this thing has super high defense, or Ice Beam, which is coming off of a shitty special attack, but is going against a shitty special defense. I actually don't know which would be better, so let's just do Ice Beam. Wow, that did nothing. And we're dead. Okay.
Rip Taurus.
It's used to it.
He got. Got
by a Graboid. That waterfall animation is so weird. It's like, I'm going to create this sideways waterfall on the ground and then just kind of, like, rapidly go through it. No, that's not a trait evolution. It is something that's not in this version, though. know if that was intentional. It probably was not.
Got.
How's it going? 3. I don't know. It's been one of my classic streams where I bitch that the stream is not doing well and that I'm gonna stop, and then I have kind of gone for like another hour since then. At this point, I don't really have a goal in mind. I could go do the mansion, I guess. I guess it would be more interesting than fighting people in the ocean, so yeah, let's just go do that. Let me grab this item, though. I did not work on election day, no. Pickle juice!
Surprised pickle juice face.
Yes. You hated it when I posted that, though.
I did. I still do.
There was nothing wrong with the surprised pickle juice face.
Okay, you say that, but surprised pickle juice face.
Was that your Discord notification?
Yes, sorry.
I mean, it's fine.
I'm trying to be bribed into actually playing curling rather than watching curling.
Curling is fucking weird. Who decided that violently brushing ice was a sport? I don't get it.
I also don't.
I also don't know if it's, like, specifically a Canadian thing, or if it's just, like, a winter sport in places that do those. This is my dance. Is the dance of my people. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, I know I'm definitely sick of political stuff. I barely have anything to do with it most of the time and don't really look at it very much, and I'm already sick of it. Can't read. Oh. Huh. So I guess Electabuzz and Magmar are in both versions then. If you come back here with Mewtwo, it gets PTSD flashbacks. It's kind of interesting. Okay, Dugtrio needs to take a break for a while. It's getting too high. So, why curling? Like, who's wanting to do it and why?
Ryan plays with his family, and his brother wants the night off, so he's trying to get me to, like, curl for him, and I'm like, but no! Like, I don't know how to curl!
The sport is most firmly established in Canada. Something that I don't read because I never read random Wikipedia articles that people post. Okay. Oh, I see they changed that from, you found a secret switch, do you want to push it? Who wouldn't? They got rid of that and just replaced it with, yeah, you push the switch. Oh, hello, Raticate. That just suddenly appeared inside me. So I vaguely remember how this place works, but, yeah, we're probably going to be doing a lot of wandering back and forth. Also, that is a tiny Grimer. Is it in the process of, growing into existence? Yes. Hey, what do you know? It was the Rip Taylor copy pasta. Haven't seen that one in every stream I've ever done. Grimer, please. Uh, 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 uh. Didn't people want me to come here for some reason? I'm now questioning why. I think this place and Seafoam Islands were my least favorite parts of the game when I was a kid. So I'm glad we're doing them back to back. Now I'd say it's probably Silphco, though. I am not wanting to go over there. Oh no, quick attack. What will I do? Balloon.
Sorry.
It's fine. Oh, wait, do people? Oh, okay. See, I didn't even realize that people were posting Rip Torn ones. Whenever I see a large block of text with the word RIP in quotes at the top, I just don't even read any of the rest of it, so I didn't realize those were two different things. I have Muck, right? I've, like, never used the Pokedex in this. Yeah, I have Muck. Uh, 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 uh. I don't get why they made... I don't get why they made some of the, like, Pokemon box sprites bigger and some of them not. Like, I get that they did it for, like, the final evolutions and not the other ones, but they also didn't do it for all of them, so there's still some stuff that's just oddly small. Like...
I like the tiny itty-bitty Rattatas.
They are quite small. Who are you? Hey, you know what would be hilarious? If we kept posting more random copy pastas after they were already, said to be uninteresting and that I don't read them. Yeah, oh, okay. Well, I'll take random freeze hacks, that's cool. Still not very impressed by that damage output, but yeah. Yeah, I've seen that stupid Vaporeon thing posted before. It sure is another copy pasta. I know you don't give a shit about politics, but what would it take you to get you involved in local or county politics? Threat of violence. And even then, that's debatable. Like, if I had the option between, like, getting, like, beat up pretty badly or having to do that, I might just choose the quick and painful option rather than the slow and painful one. Hey look, another block of text for me to not read. One day people will stop posting them. One day. I didn't want to name it Skull Kraken because, like, I know that's, like, the beta name, but it's also, like, super edgelordy. Like, I was trying to think of something, like, really over-the-top, like, 2002 AIM screen name style, but, like, nothing really good came to mind, so I'm just like, fuck it. Erwinga is the name of the striped worm. Yeah, confusion, cool. I guess I'd also be confused if I was, oh, wait, you have, like, no HP. I don't want to use you. I'd also be confused if I was instructed to summon a horizontal waterfall in order to slam into something. Yeah, Leviathan's definitely too generic of a name. When I nickname stuff, it either has to be, like, a reference to something, or just something generally stupid. At least in more recent years, that's the case. I had a lot more generic ones back in the day. I should definitely do a playthrough where all my nicknames are just random strings of numbers. Well, we finally got a move for Tauros. I keep saying Tauros because I don't like the name Goat, but I used it anyway. Can learn more. Alright. Let's say goodbye to Thunder, I guess. And is this going to turn into a thing where I teach it to every team member that can learn it? Well, let's see. It's 75 power, 90 accuracy. That's not great. It might be better than Iron Tail, though. Let's see. It's, yeah, 75, 90... 175. Rock is a better attacking type than Steel, also. Yeah, sure. I can always change back if I change my mind. And do we also give it to the Doug Trio? I'm gonna say no. Even though it would probably be a good idea, too. That's the problem. I don't like teaching the same move to everything, even if it is, like, technically the best option. It's just a little boring. I'm already lost. I don't remember where I'm going. You should look up the random subject generator.
Ooh.
Or what was that one thing? The, like, edgy Undertale fanfic theory generator?
Yes, that thing. Alright, fine.
Like, what if...
Edgy Undertale theory generator.
God. What if Papyrus knew Sans?
Oh. The fuck do you mean login? No. What if Burger Pants is an acronym for is human because edginess?
Excuse me?
That doesn't even make sense. What if the river person killed Gaster?
Now see, that's actually one that almost makes sense, and is
What if
sufficiently
Gaster
edgy.
controls time and space?
I feel like these will probably stop being amusing pretty shortly, but you can keep going.
What if Sans secretly suffers from depression, but depression is spelled DEPRESSHUN?
Oh, good. It's okay. The laundromat that I went to yesterday had a maximum of 10 people, and maximum was spelled MAKSUMUM.
Oh no. What if Papyrus is secretly filled with ketchup?
The hell? I mean, spaghetti sauce, maybe.
What if Jerry is as strong as Sans? What if is secretly Gaster?
That's a good one. I don't know. What the hell was that emphasis that I put up? That's a good one. I don't know. I like when I forget how to talk.
What if Burger Pants is controlled by Flowey?
That might explain his weird, like, mood swings. I don't know.
What if Jerry is gay?
I don't think that would change very much.
What if Napstablook is Asian? Oh, what if Flowey is the soul of a dead human that possessed an object?
I mean, it is, right? I'm trying to remember, like...
I mean, like, basically. Not a human, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right, it was Azrael.
What if Mettaton hates humans? Gee.
Who is Jerry? Jerry was a random enemy from, like, Snowden that just shows up and is... Like, everybody is annoyed by his appearance.
What if Gaster is related to Gaster?
Well, let's just keep on thrashing, I guess.
Ew.
Morshu. That's my pick. Oh, right, I forgot the, I don't know if this is going on YouTube, because a lot of my recent streams haven't, but, the question there was top 10 least fuckable human beings in Zelda. My answer was Morshu.
Guess what we get to do now?
Go curling.
No. That's not until 8:45. I'm appalled at how late that is.
So what are we doing?
Making tea.
Yeah.
You can't have me in a stream without having me make tea.
This is true. Well, that Magmar was moving quickly and with purpose.
Oh, I see.
Hustle and bustle are like my right and left arms, said Lil Spicy in his famous hustle and bustle are like my left and right arm speech.
Water.
I'm filling my water with water.
Why did you sound like a JoJo's character there? Like, I know you weren't going for that, but...
No, I assuredly was not, but that was George Volcano. It's an old classic from the glory days of YouTube poops.
I see.
Foul play. I don't remember what that move is because most dark moves are very forgettable. And nothing can learn it, so it doesn't matter. I almost cut that Raticate in half.
Oof. I remember getting lost in here for some reason.
It is kind of confusing. Oh, so you don't have to just jump down several floors? Yeah, that's good. So going back to the ROM hack stuff, when we were adjusting the stats for everything, for a while, Arcanine was the only thing that we actually nerfed. And the reason for that is because, for some reason, it has a stat total of 555, which is ridiculously high. Like, for comparison, the Final Evolution starters are, like, 535. And Ninetales was, like, I think just barely above 500. And we're like, okay, let's buff Ninetales slightly and then nerf Arcanine, because they really should be equal. And then, a few days passed, and I'm like, you know what? Arcanine isn't actually, like, good enough to deserve a nerf, especially since we haven't really done anything else impressive with it. So maybe not. I don't get why its stats are so high. I know the Pokedex calls it a legendary, but, like, it isn't. So, yeah.
That confused small child me. Arcanine was always one of my favorites, though.
I've always been pretty neutral toward it.
Well, it was kind of, when I was in the 3rd grade, I think, my friend gave me a Growlithe Pokemon card, and that was, like, my very first, exposure, I guess, to Pokemon. So it was like Growlithe and Arcanine were kind of like my firsts, so to speak.
Yeah, I think the first pack of cards that I ever got, Arcanine was the star that was in there. So, I mean, I also do have, like, that connection to it, but I played Blue and Silver. It wasn't in either of those versions, and I didn't really care for Ninetales that much either, honestly. Like, it's fine, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, I think the Pokemon's fine. It's just, it's never really been anything too impressive to me, and I just feel like it's weird that it has disproportionately high stats. Man, I have been barely using Wrath for anything, and it's still getting over-leveled somehow. You sit in the box and think about what you've done. So, so yeah, basically
like
this...
dice jail. Dice jail. When you roll too many ones and you're like, no, you're banned.
See, I've heard of people who, like, if they roll a 1 on a D20 twice in a row, then, like, that's actually considered now a really good die, because that means, like, oh, well, you're definitely not going to get a 3rd one. So they'll, like, set that one aside, and that'll be, like, in case of emergency, like, we absolutely can't get a 1 this roll. Like,
see, we do that when we play KDM, where we have, like, the belief, I guess, that if you roll a low number, you're gonna get a high number next. So we always try and use those dice. But if you roll a high number, you're gonna roll a low number next, so you can't
Yeah.
reuse the high. So, but we don't really do that much with D&D.
I know that that's not how probability works. Like,
Yes.
we're not taking this seriously. It's just, superstition.
Yeah.
Like, I would never actually do that, but I can understand the line of thinking. It's just, it's easy to believe in good or bad luck. There's a lot of Magmars here.
You're going to help me get stronger.
I don't know what was up with that voice. Did I sell Joel to the slave market to pay for my gambling debts again?
Yes. Sorry.
This is not a great matchup here.
I like the use of the word again.
Yes.
Like, implying that you have sold him for that reason before. And he just kind of came back.
So here's the thing, I know the picture you're talking about. I don't even have to click that link, the, 3 legendary birds with Arcanine. I put no stock in that because the early anime was weird. It's the same reason why, sometimes people will be like, yeah, there's totally animals in the Pokemon world. Look at all these cases where there were. And they point out, Episode 3, there was a worm. Episode 8, there were some fish. Episode 14, there were some more fish. And it's like, okay, and we're at episode 1000 now, and we've not had any since then, so... Yeah, I think that's kind of retconned. It's like, I put very little stock in the early episodes, especially since, the anime and the games are kind of different canon anyway. Well, we gotta do a mirror match. Except switching in is gonna give me the disadvantage, but yeah. Yeah, I think... I mean, even the Pokedex says that Shelter bites a Slowpoke to evolve it. It's really weird that they keep sticking to their guns on that one, and yet there's no game mechanic that backs it up.
No, my parents are home.
Is this a bad thing?
I mean, not necessarily.
Okay, I should probably stop doing that. Well, maybe there's only 2 Firestones in the known world, and that's why Arcanine is rare. And yet, for some reason, Ninetales and Flareon aren't. So in the Heart Gold ROM hack, we have the ability to change evolution methods for things. I would totally be on board with making it so to evolve Slowpoke, you need to have a Shelter in the party, just like you do with Mantike. But I think we were gonna try and keep all of those the same.
That would be cool, though.
I'm also wanting to make the Ice resist normal and flying, just to give... Oh my... What is with all these Magmar? Holy
Hello.
shit. Yeah, so there was a couple tweaks to the type chart I wanted to make, but Autumn was against that idea, because it's a little bit too much, and I kind of agree with that. It's you already have to learn all the new, types that we're giving stuff, and having to learn how the type chart changed is probably a bit
Get ready
too much
for
on top of
screaming
that.
and parents.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh, okay, we're good.
It's in French. Dear household member.
Yeah, voices.
Your household has been selected for this international travel survey.
What?
Monthly survey conducted by Staff Canada since 2015. Your participation is important whether you traveled recently or stayed close. The purpose of the National Travel is to study the characteristics between travelers and non-travelers in order to measure the economic impact of tourism. The survey includes questions on domestic and international travel as well as smaller local.
I have no idea what's being talked about.
This data helps governments, municipalities,
I got a
and
random
agencies
letter
and
in the
industry
mail.
better understand travel. My bag out already?
Yeah.
Did you just pour the water in?
This is how I always do it! And it's always fine!
It's not been fine lately.
Oh!
It's been weak. Maybe just leave my bag in from now on.
Alright. Do you want me to put my bag in yours?
Yes, please.
Okay, that's weird, but sure. But you don't like the bag in there with the milk. You always complain about it.
No, I've changed my mind. I'm not gonna. You're the only person who should complete the survey. Your household has 3 more members. There's an order of syllabus.
Haha, I'm first.
How can you do this? I don't feel like you care about me.
We don't care about our house being randomly selected.
Steve?
You have received a complaint saying that you should have muted.
Hello?
Or Patricia.
Goodbye.
Why does this thing know Moonblast? Excuse me? Okay. What happened there? Oh my god, minimize. Why? Okay, let me check something. How many minimizes did you get up? Only 2. Okay, come on. I should be able to hit you. Anyway, I'm assuming it gets Moonblast because according to the Pokedex, like, Grimer is, like, mutated sludge from X-rays that came from the moon or some weird shit like that. So I guess, like, from a lore standpoint, sure. Not sure if muted or if just quiet now. Okay, I wasn't sure if you muted or if you just went away from the talking.
Oh, no, I was just finally getting downstairs.
Hang on, Josh, I have class. What? Oops. Hold on. Yeah, there is a child here. Okay. I do desperately need to heal, but I don't really want to backtrack. So when I get to the gym and I look at the statues inside it, it's totally gonna say like that Himholtz already beat it, and oh, I don't know how he got in, unless Blaine just every time a challenger shows up, he takes the key and just yeets it into this fucking mansion. Sludge bomb. That is a thing that I am slightly interested in. Okay, so probably just Wrath then. Okay. Let's just Yeah, I don't know. There's been a lot of random words that I usually don't like saying, such as yeet, and saying that something has a similar energy to something else, and just other weird, like, hip lingo like that, but I've just kind of found myself using them more often now. I'm a bad person. Yeah, I figure, after this, I guess I'll check what levels the gym is gonna, like, have, and then either just kind of stop before doing it, or do it, depending on how bad it looks. Well, I'm not 35 yet. I have a couple more years to go on that one, thankfully. Red, that's... Or Red Star, that's very specific. It's not wrong, but it is very specific. Thank you for sharing that. I usually don't really like people knowing my birthday. But whatever. And there's just gonna be a, just gonna be a death from recoil. Yeah. So, I didn't hear if we know if we like sentence. What I was trying to say is okay, no, there, never mind. I was gonna say I didn't hear if there was an explanation as to where you went, and so I didn't know if you were like gone for a bit or if you were just being quiet.
Oh, my mom randomly phoned me,
Okay.
even though she's literally upstairs.
Okay, I was hoping we would not get a low roll on that one. Why does the big Weezing have mottled fangs, but the little Weezing's fangs are a texture? That's a good question. I didn't notice that it was like that. Okay, do we have any other trainers?
Probably just because there's less emphasis on the smaller head.
Yeah. God damn it, there's still more. Can I, like... Oh, hey, there is a free heal. That is a case in which they have babified the game, but I am perfectly fine with that. Why does Weezing have fangs in the first place? To answer that question, we first need to know what the fuck Weezing actually is. It's like a balloon that also looks like an underwater mine that also vaguely looks like an asteroid or something, and it emits poison. I don't know, like, it's just whatever it wants to be. Oh, that was in the original? Okay. Spam Thrash, because it keeps on working. Yeah, and in some areas it's Doug Dimmadome. That's also true.
But in those areas it eats the pollution and spits out clean air.
Yes. And that's why I like all them Star Treks, said Strong Sad, an entire bag of Twizzlers falling out of his mouth. Why the hell is Galarian wheezing a feezing type? That's what I meant to say.
I'm still partial to Morgrim.
Ah yes, the emo bastard.
I love my emo bastard. I still refuse to evolve him.
Fair enough. I've left some stuff unevolved.
This is the first thing that I've actually done that to.
Well, there was
just so ugh.
There was also Hidoo.
Well, that's true, but that doesn't count because that was just Hidoo. It wasn't because I didn't like the other forms. Morgrim is the emo bastard, the dark fairy type from Gen 8. I like that shiny Zigzagoon is toothpaste.
Oh, is it?
It is.
Okay, so the secret key is specifically in the Mewtwo lab. Like, it's not bad enough that it's just in this old, like, fucked up building. It's like, hey, we're gonna make people go into this old, like, hazardous building that's falling apart, and also walk past the like horrific science experiment chamber.
That's normal.
Greatest nickname you've ever given to a Pokemon.
That counts as a pop quiz.
Yeah, it's not really. I'm gonna go with Humpy Space Princess for the Camerupt.
I'm gonna go with Valum Tiway.
Valum Tiway was pretty good. Chansey, what are you doing here?
There's a Chansey? What the fuck?
Yeah, Chansey can just appear in, like, a ton of areas, but I didn't realize this was one of them. Well, I might as well try to get some experience off of it. I did not name a Pokemon piece of shit, but I did have Full of Shit, which was a Starmie.
You remember Boot Too Big?
Oh god, which one was that?
I'm pretty sure that was the Mamoswine.
Oh yeah.
Potion, our kitten was trying to fit into my boot, and I'm like, Potion, no, the boot's too big, and then I kind of like died for a minute because boot too big and nobody understood.
Okay, are we gonna have a time with this Chansey here? So I don't need another Chansey, I wanted to try and get it because they give a good experience, I think. See, I don't like having to waste a raspberry every single turn. I find that highly annoying.
Agreed.
And it's gone. So I didn't even get to use that last raspberry. I could reset, but whatever. I'll deal with it. Actually, hold on. Yeah, no, fuck it. We're resetting. I just needed to make sure I saved before fighting it. I couldn't remember if I did. Fat pink bitch. Why did they remove the door? Because it didn't make any sense. Like, there's an exit door that leads outside that you just can't go into from the outside. Yeah, this is a different switch from Joel's. I still hesitate to call it my own because I did not pay for it, but it is technically my own.
If it's a gift, it's yours.
Why replace it with a teleporter? Because Pokemon is weird. Alright. Let me grab some items. Actually, I wanted to check the lab also and see what the endgame trades there were. I know I'm not going to do them, but I'm slightly curious. Yeah, I guess it could have been a trapdoor or something. Like, I don't know. The door was weird. I am fine with the teleport pad. There are teleport pads in Silphco, so there's no reason why there can't be one there. Good dialogue. This sofa is very comfortable. This is a reception room. This is a convenience store. We sell milk, magazines, cigarettes. Is this place going to be totally pointless other than the fossils?
Probably, I think so.
Thought there'd maybe at least be some, like, Alolan trades here.
Oh, he mad.
The hell? Oh boy, taunt TM.
Uh-oh.
I'll be sure to forget that I have that.
I feel like he's, like, cyberbullying someone.
Probably. It's the, oh god, what was the cyberbully that... I'm trying to remember what, the name of, like, Gerald Broflovsky's cyberbully username was. Skank Hunt 42, I think. No, Skank Hunt 420, that was it.
Of course.
Here, have a fossil. That was a noise. Oh, you mean you actually are just going to give it to me without me having to leave and then come back 2 seconds later and then say that I kept you waiting too long? I didn't pick up the old amber. I should go do that at some point. Okay. Yeah, it's really weird how Crown Tundra has all the wild fossil types. Fossil types. You heard it here first. That's a new type. It's like, it doesn't have the ones from Gen 4, but I think it has every other one, and there's never been a game where they've been in the wild before, as far as I can remember. I don't like those statues. They look very unusual. Okay. Blaine is like a cross between Dr. Eggman and Dr. Wily.
This is accurate, oh my god.
Okay, well this gym is, quite different from how it used to be. Am I gonna be forced to do them all in a row without a break, or how's that gonna work? Haha, Blaine's so funny. Oh my god, that Magmar face in the background. That Magmar face is incredible.
Oh no.
This is just questionable. Alright, well, I guess let's, let me go ahead and actually teach Rock Slide to Doug Trio. I hate teaching it to everything, but hey, if it works. Also, Sludge Bomb. What do you mean Doug Trio can learn Sludge Bomb? I mean, I guess it's not that outrageous, but... Also, by the way, Alolan Doug Trio cannot learn a single Steel-type move in this game. Do I have a Tri-Attack TM? Because this isn't a good move. Like, it goes off of a low special attack, but I like having it. I guess if I have to choose between a move that's interesting and a move that's actually useful, I should go with the useful one. That's a shame. But I don't want to get rid of its other moves, so... There is a Tri-Attack TM? Okay. I guess I just don't have it yet. And okay, I guess let's see how this goes. I am probably considerably underleveled for this, because I was supposed to do Sylph and Sabrina's gym and all the water routes before this. Well, I wasn't supposed to, but I would have liked to. Well, I'm going to get them all wrong on purpose, just to see what kind of levels we're getting into here.
Do you know how hot fire Pokemon breath can get?
This just is D&D Greg. Or Sci-Fi. Actually, is this D&D Greg or Sci-Fi Greg? I forget which is the one that's kind of, like, dumpy looking, and which one's the ponytail one. I think the dumpy looking one is Sci-Fi Greg.
Yeah, ponytail and neckbeard sounds more like D&D Greg.
Oh no, fire spin. Okay, so I didn't even see what level this thing is. 45. Yeah, I can probably do this gym. And then we'll call it a... We won't call it a day, but we will call it like a faith.
Combustion occurs when the oxygen in the air...
Obviously 7. Okay. I like these people that are just dramatically being revealed and then they just kind of have like a little quip. Which, I mean, I guess is pretty much the case with all trainers. You just walk up to this random person and then talk about shorts, but like, for some reason this one stood out to me as being stupid. Also, that 2 seconds of the Greg voice already kind of did a number on my throat. I am feeling like I probably need a drink.
Well, to be fair, you have been talking for 3 hours and 41 minutes.
Not good enough, boy needs a daddy.
My issue is that I run out of things to talk about, and then I'm just quiet.
I've run out of things to talk about a very long time ago. I would probably say around like 2011 was when it kind of started getting bad. Around the Mario Galaxy LP. And yet people still say that that one was good. I kind of doubt that, but...
That one is kind of in one of my forgettable streams, because I always forget that you did it.
Okay, so steel is not very effective against fire, and I want to get it wrong, so... Oh, here's Sci-Fi Greg again.
Oh, good.
I'm enjoying a treat, Derek!
Super nerd.
We actually did want to replay Galaxy in 3D All-Stars and potentially stream it. It's been on the back burner. It's something we might get to. The current thought is Pikmin 3, but Galaxy might be sometime after that.
I did still want to do Sunshine if I could ever stream anything ever.
Yeah, if you get your computer situation fixed and actually have the time to do it, I'm fine with that. Tombstoney, yay, they kept it. I like how one of the options was, what's that? Burglar Dusty. I think I used the Pikachu boost like once. I'll probably use it against Blaine if it gets dicey or Jonesy. Speaking of Jonesy, I sure do love how the Smash community in its entirety started freaking the fuck out over Fortnite getting a character in Smash allegedly because of like one tweet.
Oh.
And they're like, if it gets into Smash, I'm fucking throwing my Switch out the window. Like,
Oh my god.
it's like, okay, you know, I don't like Fortnite. I have no interest in it. I don't care if we get a Fortnite character. It's whatever. Like, it's free real
Yeah, some
estate.
people
Who
need to
cares?
chill.
Like, okay, I guess I don't get to save before this. I like these options. Let's see.
An old guy in sunglasses.
I mean, yeah, I'd prefer most things over that, but like, it's
Hashtag
fine.
Gino for Smash.
I was
Corn for Smash.
yes. I was very annoyed by the amount of negativity over Steve getting in. I think it's kind of died down a bit, but yeah, some people are just like, this is a game that came out in the last, like, decade and kids play. It must mean it's horrible. Like, I don't get it. Okay, well, he's got 4 Pokemon, and his weakest one is a 47, so this could be a little bad. I will see if I can at least get in a Rock Slide here. Oh, I outspat it. Oh no, not confusing Ray.
Eerie Beam.
What?
Eerie Beam.
Okay, that sounds like an RPG character calling out an attack. What was that?
I think it's just the Japanese name for Confuse Ray.
Oh, is it? I was thinking.
It's Eerie something. I can't remember if it's Beam or Ray or whatever.
I know there's a move called Eerie Impulse, but that was in, like, Gen 6. Alright, well, I'm gonna keep staying in. The moment I switch is the moment he gets a free hit on me, so I'll keep doing what works. Yeah, I was thinking more along the lines of a POW hammer! I still keep thinking of that stupid, Trials of Mana. I'm a ghost! It's like, I didn't even play that game, and that thing was still amazing.
Oh, it's so bad. Like, I loved the game, but goddamn the voice acting. Oh.
It sounded like realistic Hamsar. Yeah, kinda. Okay, well, I'm 2 levels lower, which shouldn't be a big deal, but I'm also at half health, so I don't see this one going so well. If I can get in a single hit with Outrage, I'll consider this a victory. Surprisingly, I outsped.
Nice.
And dead.
Oh.
Yep.
Unfortunate.
Oh, how unfortunate.
See, yes, at what point does this stop becoming Pokemon battling and start becoming dogfighting?
A fair question to ask. Alright, I should probably save this one for, if I really need it. Let's... you're probably gonna die in one hit. But, we'll see. Primeape is not particularly good, which is a little unfortunate. It's supposed to be kind of like a Berserker, just high attack and speed and not so much in the defenses, but...
Berserker!
It could probably stand to have higher stats. In the ROM hack, we're making it Fighting Dark.
That's cool.
Also, the ROM hack does have a name, but I just kind of haven't ever said it. It's just Rainbow Gold.
Oh.
And it's dead, okay. Alright, will I get a single hit against you? Nope. You know what? I could just go for the waterfall here, but, nah, yeah, you know what? Let's just do it. I was gonna say we've not really seen much of Dugtrio today, but, I think we have. And I'm gonna go ahead and do this, because I've not used this before. Whether I need it or not. Oh, that's just a Omni boost. Okay. Okay, I didn't realize that that's what that was. I thought that it was like... you used 2 attacks in 1 turn or something. But Omni boost is cool. When is the first time I've heard of Gorochu? Less than a year ago, I think. Gorochu was a Raichu evolution that was planned and then dropped before the game was completed. I don't see Manectric as an electric fire type. That would be a little weird. Vulpix or Charmeleon would be ideal. Don't waste it on water types. Well, you know what I'm gonna do? Because you said it... Yup. Gonna do it right in front of you. Why not? Other than the fact that I could probably want the electric coverage more than the fire coverage, but whatever. Okay. I think I'm going to call it here. I definitely don't want to do Silphco, and I don't want to do any, like, water trainer stuff. And it's been like 4 hours. This went quite a bit.
4-hour-long game. Stream.
Yeah. Remember when I was going to call it after like an hour and a half?
Yeah.
I think it got better.
Yeah. This was good.
2 seconds of angry Tetris attack. No. Oh, yeah, let's do it. Why not? I said I would.
Oh my god. Well, we gotta make it 4 hours. We're 9 minutes away.
It won't be angry Tetris attack, but it will be Tetris attack nonetheless. Oh. What are we doing? Okay. It's treating this as a sideways single Joy-Con. That's not really what I wanted. Can I change that? Also, where is Panel de Pan? Did I miss it? Where the hell is Panel de Pan? Oh, it's right here. Nintendo.
That was adorable.
I want to change the controls. How do I do that? Okay, I guess we're playing with sideways Joy-Con. This is going to be not great. Because I wanted to play it with D-pad instead of control stick, but apparently that's not an option. Do I not have a start button with the single controller? What the hell? I'm so confused by these controls. Oh god, this is awkward with the stick. I don't like this at all. Yeah, I need to be playing this with D-pad. Okay, how do I... Is there a way to change this? Suspend menu, minus and CL. Hold on. I'm gonna die here, but that's fine. How do I... How the fuck do you change the controls on this? I'm so confused.
You might just have to, like, go and resync your things.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. There we go. The switch confuses me slightly. Okay, let's try this again. Not that I was really doing anything too impressive here anyway, but I'd like to have controls that actually work. God, this is weird with Joy-Cons too. I've done this with Pro Controller, but not with this. No, I have a Pro Controller. I just didn't feel like plugging it in. Or going into the other room and getting the wireless one. Oh, God, this is awkward. Okay, yeah. I am not doing very well. This was a bad idea. I've played this on handheld and I've played it with a Pro Controller and it was fine both of those times. This is a bit bad. So I'll just beat this level and be done. What What about Switch dog meme? I'm looking over at the chat and not sure what I'm reading. Do you still have those wireless issues that plagued the Brawl in Prime 3 streams? No. That was because we lived somewhere with a lot of electrical infederence. Actually, I don't know what caused that, but no, those days are over, thankfully. Fuck. I don't like being bad at this. It makes me sad. I probably should have just stopped the stream, honestly.
Come on, there's only like 3 minutes left and 15 seconds.
I'm seeing 7.5 or 6.5 rather. But yeah, no, let's we'll go ahead and just end that. It's fine. I think we're good.
Okay.
So beans, I guess.